So with that, let's not delay any longer. Let's switch over to the teaching view. There we go.
Yes.
Got myself on the left again, 𝐿𝐿𝐭𝐞𝐬𝐭 on the right, and as always, we're gonna go and load, of course, a save file. The usual, you know the deal. We're gonna go over a lot. Like, for people that use this as a reference to start learning normal, I can highly recommend also checking out 𝐇𝐚𝐮𝟓𭐭𝐞𝐬𝐭 normal tutorial. Except for Prozac Skip, that's relatively new. Everything else is like still very much up to date. So if you have any problems or we rush through a topic, you can also check out his tutorial for normal, which I can highly recommend. And yeah, if you already know very easy from, hey, maybe my very easy tutorial that went live today, I'm sure you can also easily catch up then playing along with us. Yeah, as normal, we're just gonna do a new game plus or plus plus or whatever. Tanker plant, and this time normal difficulty. And as usual, gonna go for raid attack 1. And let's start in 3, 2, 1. The good thing about the beginning of the run is on tanker, there are like a lot of similarities to VE. We're gonna start with the first room immediately by, instead of trying to shoot the guy and put him to sleep, I'm just gonna roll ahead of him. It's a very simple thing, so you can probably just play along with me for a short moment. And the thing that I need to do in the beginning is I'm gonna shoot my M9 empty, so I'm just gonna have turbo on and shoot the entire time. And at the top of the stairs, I'm gonna do one roll, basically like in parallel forward. My roll will be interrupted from the shop, and then afterwards I'll just go to the door and open that. And we get away before the alert has a chance to come in full. It's that easy. Even if you were to shoot your fingers, as long as you are far enough in the door animation, you'll be good to go. Then yeah. The whole goal, what basically changes for us now, if we do Prozac Skip, I'm also going to show the engine room like we normally did before we found Prozac, but you ideally want to shoot your M9 empty until you get down to 1 bullet, and then you enter Olga, so you have one last shot, you send there, and immediately get a magazine from that. Because unlike on very easy, where we started with 7 magazines right away, on normal difficulty and higher, we make our own magazines, basically. So as soon as the tanker run starts, I just run, I hold down square, and thanks to turbo, it just constantly empties in the M9.
Okay, brilliant.
So for here, I'm just going to take 2 shots. 1, 2, do my roll, skip, walk around, then do another shot. And then just keep walking down the hallway as usual, and shoot myself empty. And the end, I usually have either 1 or 2 bullets. And there we go. Yeah, you don't need to shoot the guy. Yeah, just restart the room, that will be fine. He will be no way. The thing with shooting around the corner is basically just so we hold him up. And even now, like, he will put down... well, usually he should stop being held up, but you can just continue, as we've seen here, so... As long as you go around the corner and shoot before you actually touch him, you should always hold him up automatically. It's
right, okay.
It's basically always when you, just before you go around the corner, just start pressing square, and you usually always will automatically hold this guy up, and that will be enough to just slip past him.
Okay.
So, Deck C, that's the first thing that changes here, because the camera, if it sees us, of course, we get an alert. And unlike on very easy, on easy and higher difficulties, including normal, alerts will carry across rooms. So what you can do is, either you do it the slow way, or not even from here, like, just before you go under the camera, you can slip past it like this, go where the wall changes, basically, and then move on. Or alternatively, if I go back, the way faster version is, you can take a little bit of risks. So as you go here, and just follow along straight along the wall, do a roll. And then you can also make it past the camera without being seen. Because apparently, if you do a roll like this, Snake's hitbox slightly changes, and you can just slip past this little gap at the wall. Now they see me, but if I reset the area and try again from the left, it's usually easier.
Yeah.
So we do it like this a little bit earlier. There you go. Yeah, I think that's the magic trick behind it. Do it a little bit earlier, like where I'm pointing right now. Alright, give it a shot.
Oh, so kind of around this bit.
Yeah, a little bit earlier even, yeah. See, there you go. That's simple. And I'm gonna show you what happens in the next room if you do get an alert, but we're gonna move on as normal right now, just in case there's no alert. So if there's no alert, you basically do the same thing as you do it very easy. Skip the cutscene and just walk on in here and go across. Like, really is that easy. If you don't have an alert. If you do have an alert, you can still save time. Like, you will not necessarily lose time. So we're back here at deck C. And let's say I don't even need to roll. We're just going to walk through. Get the alert. What happens in the next room? There is a tick that you can do where you go and either get shot here if you're too slow. And then you just have to delay it and wait another time. There's these two backup guards that will rush from the right to the left. And the problem with normal difficulty is normally they always will kick you. You will fall down, you need like forever to get up, and then you just take the slow walk back to the stairs here, right? So it's good to know the backups. Ever intentionally get shot here, wait, get shot here, then you're doing your items, won't get kicked. And then it can happen that you get shot a third time, but then you're definitely good to go and just roll up the stairs. So the alert is here. I'm gonna try to do it now. There you go. You see how I literally did a roll before I even got shot.
Okay, yeah.
It's very tight in timing, but this, what follows after this is quite cool, because then you can get shot here automatically as you go up. You're in your iframes, right? And then you just quickly rush over to the right. Normally your iframes are long enough so you don't get kicked like this, but yeah, that's basically the idea. If this fails and like you do get an alert here, you can do a roll down at the table and then use your iframes to quickly rush past these guards. Like this. So, wow, I didn't even get shot. Let's not go too much into detail for this. Like, the easy method if you have an alert is just get shot a few times and use the iframes. A method that basically doesn't cost you any time, like this, like, yeah. In the sense, just go and walk. But there is a way where you do a roll, then get shot, and then you rush past these two backup guards. That's basically everything you need to know. There's a few of the backup things that we need to learn in normal. And, I mean, you probably get a feeling after a while, once you've seen it. So, ideally, you don't have an alert, and then it's literally, like, very easy. It's the same path we take. And there you go. And yeah, basically just, like, very easy. Go to Olga. Use the triangle to mash a little bit earlier to get sucked onto the door handle, and then we start the Olga fight. That's a good thing. If you already have a little bit of knowledge, adding normal to your repertoire isn't even that hard anymore. So, we're at Olga, and what can I say about normal difficulty Olga? Unlike very easy and easy, if you give a shot to Olga, her stamina doesn't drain anymore. Starting on normal difficulty, every shot you do against Olga, that's the only, like, stamina damage she takes. And so our strategy changes just slightly. Okay. If she goes right or if the left side loop fails. So I'm going to restart until I get a right side quickly. And what I do is I always start like I would do on very easy with a body shot right away when she comes on the right side. But instead of doing a second body shot and then automatically during the cutscene her stamina would drop down to 50%. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to walk forward and immediately focus on giving her a headshot. Because then the damage numbers work out that I can do a third body shot after that, 2 more headshots, and then her stamina is completely drained.
Okay.
On very easy and easy, her stamina would drain automatically. We would still be fine after 4 shots, but because it's normal, and if she's right side, it's just better for us. First the body shot, then the headshot, aiming here. And then, as I said, after the cutscene, body shot and 2 headshots.
I grew up on the battlefield.
We're going to demonstrate that. This is usually way to short moment. And then ideally you can even shoot her like 2 times here. Because she will go left and then pop out again. As soon as she pops out, gonna give her another headshot and we'll be done. The cool thing about left side is it's literally the same. Like, very easy. Just to quickly demonstrate, we have a left side now. I'm gonna shoot myself empty, and I do have way too much ammo. That's probably because I was loading a... I was using the trainer here to quickly go back. Let me quickly... M9, I'm gonna go down to just 0 shots. There you go, empty, and oops, I don't have the magazine. The ammo box, let me restart the area. So imagine I would shot 1 bullet here, I grab the extra ammo, And of course now she's right there. Immediately shoot myself empty, and then I just go here. And it's just like very easy left side loop. One headshot here, second headshot there, and then pray that we get the skip. Oh, the loop instead.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
As you can see, that worked.
Nice.
Like, it's literally the same one, very easy.
Yeah. Olga decided to cooperate for that one.
Yeah. The thing is, if what's interesting about normal, if the left side loop fails, because ideally you gave her 2 headshots, she will be at 50%. And so if you know that you had 2 headshots and she's at 50%, you can either continue after that by just doing what you would also do on normal, wait for her to go to one of the 2 spots and then shoot her head twice. Or additionally, just to be a little bit safer, on normal, you can still do the 3-shot method, where you do 1 body shot just as she comes around the corner. Then hopefully she will walk back and then 2 more headshots, basically.
Okay, yeah.
It's basically just depending on how you're feeling. If left side loop fails, probably it's faster to do 2 headshots, but, you know, just so you know, you can also do this then with the body shot and 2 headshot method. All right. What's really cool is in the navigational deck and deck E, there's nothing different. But once we go down to deck D, I'm just going to explain it quickly. You can do the normal walk you do on very easy, but the camera is actually moving now. And the cool thing on normal is that the camera doesn't see you as you walk where the ammo is. So I'm just going to go through these 3 rooms. And that's normal, of course, you can do here. There you go. Daft drop, where you just unequip, match square, and then hopefully get the animation cancel. On deck E, we're gonna do the usual roll and equip the SOCOM, USP. I always say SOCOM, it's so bad. It's the USP. And then in deck D here, as I said, the camera will just turn into the wall. And then as we go here, there, doesn't even see us. We grab the ammo and we can just go. What I usually do is, after Olga, I try to shoot my M9 empty as well, so I have a second magazine as a backup. Technically, you don't need to do that. Technically, 1 magazine is enough. But you know how it is, you know, of course, then the first time doesn't work, and then it's definitely good to have a second one. So I'm just going to go down here. I'm not going to waste my ammo for once, and then I see you once you reach deck C. And starting, just like a little fun fact, we're not doing hard or extreme difficulty, but starting on hard difficulty, the camera on deck C also is turning left and right. And easy and normal are the only difficulties where on deck C the camera is static, and we run into the risk of, as we try to bypass that camera, to get an alert and then get into trouble. So on hard difficulty, we'd normally shoot the ceiling. The guard will turn around and start calling in his alert. And that gives us enough time to just slip by the camera, because the camera keeps turning left and right. In the cycle, the camera will be just at the point where it looks away from us, and we can easily slip past the camera. But for easy and normal difficulty, as it says, the camera is still static. So there's 2 ways this can go. Way 1, just take the alert. Hold him up, walk, and go. If you're lucky and you keep holding out your gun, there is a chance, like it just happened now, is that the camera doesn't see you. Actually, it did see me, so never mind. It just took a while to come in, but there's a very small chance that you walk past and the camera can't see you, but like I think 90% of the time, you're in a walking cycle where the camera will always see you. So what people usually do is they go hold him up, do a roll, and ideally, just like when we go from left to right without a guard, if you go from right to left with the right timing, we can make it past the camera, and the guy does start getting an alert, but he takes forever to call it in, right?
It's the enemy.
So the key thing is holding up the guard, doing the roll, and ideally we make it past the camera. Because the guard will stop being held up and call in the alert, but he takes forever for it. And so that's one way how we can slip past deck C without getting an alert. If you do get an alert, that's also not a problem. I'm going to show that after this, but just one last time here. The idea is hold him up, roll. Even if you didn't hold him up, like he shoots you once and you can still go, right?
It's the enemy.
It's that simple.
Oh, well, okay, yeah.
That could be fine because you don't take damage, but yeah. The thing is with the roll, you got to be playing against the wall again.
Yeah, get that nice tight angle along the wall.
But yeah, that's the basic idea.
Okay, cool.
If it happens that you do get an alert, I mean, the backup really is just shoot the guy that's coming up once and then just walk. You will be attacked once, but that's really it. If you don't have an alert, it looks like this. So I'm gonna quickly simulate that. You know the rule, very easy. Shoot once, walk around. You may get shot here.
Enemy sighted.
Well, we'll be fine. What if I do get an alert? Alert here. So we go down. It's like, oh no, we're on alert. Well, we don't shoot the wall. We shoot the guard instead. What I even do is I actually walk through the guard, so he gets like a little bounce and resets his animation. And you just get shot once, like we see here. That's basically it.
Okay.
And then the next deck A, that will be interesting if you do have an alert or not. We're gonna reset that with the trainer, so we can simulate both versions, but if you are on the alert, I think for normal it's even advantageous. So I'll just go down here, do the normal roll. Yes, we do get seen. There we go, so magazine. You see here, with the alert coming from the other room, the guard that normally walks from left to right is already on the right, and the guard that's down here is also already gone, because the game's programmed, if there is an alert in this room, they all expect you to go down to the engine room, of course, right? Because that's the only open path. But because of Prozac Skip, of course, as you know, we can come here, throw this, and then let go, and we go through the wall. So that's a cool thing. If you have an alert here in deck A, it's almost advantageous for us to carry it over into deck A, because then everyone is out of our way. Yes, we do get shot once, but it's normal difficulty. It's not that much of a problem to get shot like twice from Olga down to Prozac Skip. You still have enough health. So here we go. If this was your standard run, shoot the wall, go through, then yeah. It takes forever to call in the alert, so you can totally make this all the way without an alert. We're gonna shoot here, get the guard's attention, go to the magazine, which of course I don't have. Trainer shenanigans. Right, we just walk around this guy, go over the railing, the bottom guard will start walking up. And then once again we can do Prozac Skip like this.
Okay, cool.
Before we did the stream today, I did tell you though that we have a little bit of a problem with Prozac Skip here on normal difficulty. On very easy, when I made my tutorial, I noticed, oh, we can totally do Prozac Skip by just holding FPV, throw the magazine, and then take as long as we want to turn around and face the door. I noticed on normal difficulty that's not how it works, and I always had that suspicion that something changes between very easy and normal when I did it. And I finally have a justified reason to believe that. So let me quickly go back one more time. Magazine in hand. Normally, I can throw, and then adjust, and then let go. Starting a normal difficulty, this just doesn't work anymore. And I can give myself like 7 magazines, because I was thinking, oh yeah, it has to do because we only have 1 magazine instead of 7. If I do the same thing as I do on very easy, it doesn't matter. Like, I start turning around as the left arm is visible on screen, right? And of course then it works. Why does it work? I will never understand the game. Because everything that I just made up in my mind doesn't work anymore, so I'm like confused. It's why I just noticed that, especially on normal difficulty, maybe it's just a hallucination. I don't know, but what helps me, oh jeez, that when you do the turn, right? So I throw the magazine, I wait for the left arm to come up. That's when I start turning to the side. I turn as far as when you see the left door frame, like this thing, come up and then go to the left. That's when I normally let go. Doing this fast now here. Door frame on the left. I let go and then I go through the door. Just something that I noticed on higher difficulties. It seems like Prozac Skip behaves very slightly differently. And my cue is I throw the mag. As I see the left arm go into the screen, I start turning to the right. And I let go basically when I see the left side of the door frame reach the left side of my screen. So I go all the way until this, and then I let go. So one time, and boom, I'm through. You don't need to be like frame perfect. You can go a little bit further, but yeah. Oh nice, we got the chaff here. Oh, it still works. And you're doing the alert, you go down like this. Usual. Oh boy. Yeah, if you throw a grenade, you have to wait a little bit longer because your left arm pops out way later. So my timing that I have like in my muscle memory didn't work out.
Yeah, I've only tried it with magazines. I've not tried with any other throwables for a Prozac Skip.
Yeah, I just noticed that when you throw a grenade or a stun, some of these very easy stunts you can find in the locker at deck C on the right side where the stairs going up is. In that locker there is stuns, if you want extra throwables to do Prozac Skip. But you have to wait a little bit longer before you turn to the right, because your left arm pops out later. And it's like difference between magazines and grenades.
Right, yeah.
When we made it this far, after here, it's basically standard. At the end of engine room for normal difficulty, instead of going here and shooting the sensor once, right? I'm gonna unequip. I usually stand like here. So I come from the right side, I go here and then stand like this. Why? Because I can crouch here. First person, I can see 2 sensors from this crouching position. And normally I just go from the aim, just left, go right and a little bit down. And then I press X and go on my tippy toes by pressing L2 and R2 together. And then I aim at the next sensor. Now it's important to know here that you should not let go of all buttons at once. You should let go of the shoulder buttons first and then your index finger that usually holds R1. Because else, if you do it like this and let go your first person view once, it can happen that you, for example, equip the camera and you're going to go, I got to put it away, and then you can start walking. So like a very nice thing to know. If you do it like this, shoot first one, shoot second one, stand up, tippy toes, shoot, and then shoulder buttons first, and then R1 let go first. There you can go. So deck A, you don't want to do Prozac Skip because I wanted to show you engine room.
Yes.
Just pause, it's fine, just pause quickly. So imagine you're going down after Olga, you happen to have an alert. What happens in deck A is actually quite simple. You still go in, and what you're going to do is going to change with the M9, shoot this guy once, shoot him a second time, and then you normally have enough time to go over the railing, because these backup guards, like the fella at the front here, that's the one that would be at the bottom of the stairs on the left. And then behind me, there would be 2 more backup guards. And the reason why I shot the guy that's closer to the stairs, once with the M9 and then the second time with the USP, is just, if I shoot him twice like this, the backup guards will be delayed and they won't be in the way as we see in your view right now, right?
Yes, yeah.
So then if you go over the railing, it's quite simple. Go down. You're still going to equip the camera as usual, right? Let go and then engine room entered. And for the engine room, the alert actually resets. So you always enter engine room without an alert.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Exactly. And if I go back to Cruise Lounge A, without an alert, it should look like this. Cutscene as normal. And what I like to do is I'm going to still shoot the guard with L1 to give it an auto shot. And if I'm lucky like this, I actually missed him and I shot the glass window. Shooting the glass window like this will actually distract him and he doesn't follow on. And that gives me all the time I have here to go over the railing and do it as usual. So that can also work.
Okay.
And other than that, it's actually quite simple. Just got to be a little bit fast, but it's not crazy. So in the beginning, I want to have the M9 out. We're going to go up. We're going to do 1 roll into the cutscene and then skip the cutscene. And then after that, we're going to go left and go over the railing. We want to walk down here. And great, we're not on the first. Hopefully now we're on the first enter. There we go. So here's this guard. And we go down the railing, basically the 3rd square. Like there's a square at the top, a second one, and the 3rd one, that's when we go over the railing. Okay. So I'm going to quickly check the radar tab 1 on. There you go. We see the radar. I go down, and the guard at the bottom is already starting to walk. So I can quickly shoot him and do a roll through him. If I shoot a guard with the M9 and then roll through him, he will always get knocked out. Right? And that's the strat to continue on from here. After that, just follow down and walk the normal path. I'm going to switch to the USP in the meantime, because we're going to do 1 shot. And you can already see in the radar that on the top, there's a guard. He's walking now towards the door where the sensors are. I'm going to go take a few steps here, roll over, and then walk past him. And then I'm going to shoot the wall. I'm going to shoot the wall here so the guard hears me and actually starts calling in an alert. And as soon as the guard is aware of my appearance, that I'm here, the cutscene doesn't play anymore. That would normally happen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of the guy coming through the Prozac Skip door.
Right, and that's the thing why in the beginning, like, we don't take care to have an alert, unlike on very easy glitchless, for example, where you go for engine room. But in the normal, we actually make sure to take that guy out, and because there's a guy closer to the sensors, we're gonna get an alert basically from him. by sneaking past him and then shooting the wall. And then it's basically as normal. You know, at the beginning, once, twice. And see, I didn't let go of the shoulder buttons first and then first person view. So that's what happens. You quickly gotta tap L2 again and you're good to go.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, give it a shot.
Had the wrong weapon up. Oop.
You're too far.
I went
You're
too
4
far.
squares down. Yeah, just restart.
1, 2, 3.
Maybe just call him 2.
Yeah.
Just go 2. There you go. Yeah, the bottom one starts walking. That's all good. And then just auto aim, shoot him. He will be also standing still. Gives you enough time to roll into him. And then back to the USB. And it's basically just walking. On the left
it's definitely
there,
good to know
yeah.
if I want to learn Glitchless as well.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you stand too close to a wall, he will always put his gun down.
Yeah.
Honestly, if that happens, just take the cutscene, like it's fine. If you happen to miss it, like, alright, take the cutscenes, whatever time loss that is. Wait, pause. What just happened is here, you see, by the way, that you were not low enough. That's one of the aspects that is important to know. When you want to have the bottom guard start walking, you want to be rather too far down the rail than too high, because then he will stay there for a little bit until you drop down. And it's a little bit the trick. You want to be further south, basically, off that railing, and then hop on over, so the bottom guard already starts walking, and then you can meet him basically at the bottom of the stairs.
Oh, so it's like a trigger point for him to start doing his walking. Okay.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, I went too far. I didn't mean to.
Just continue. Even if that happens, you still have enough time to quickly shoot him now. Okay, well, you're maybe a little bit too slow. But even if that happens, exactly what this... If that happens, just do that. It's fine.
Yeah.
However, because you delayed it a little bit, it might be that the guard in front of the door will now turn around and see you. If that happens, shoot him. It's a little bit of a backup. Just shoot the guy, walk through him. He was still calling the alert and the cutscene doesn't happen, but he doesn't kick you. Or I'll just go on, like, actually, it's fine. You see, there it is. Then that's the cool thing, it's not even that strict. If you mess up a little bit, like, whatever, you can still continue. Alright, just go. Alright, so I would suggest we go through now deck 2. And no matter if you did Prozac Skip or not, there's multiple methods. I'm going to show you an easy method first. It's the one I started with, and depending on if you did Engine Room or if you did Prozac Skip, you have different menu setups. So in this instance, I gotta go to a M9 quickly. Oops, excuse me. Why did it go there? What I want to have in my hand is the M9. That's the point. So I'm gonna walk.
Okay.
And the super safe method is that you literally go and shoot the guard in the head in front of us. As soon as you see him, aim, shoot and then go. I need to tap like up twice, see that I'm on the head and then go, but you can take your time. Then you wait here, punch, kick. And there you go. That's like the easy method, and you know, of course, the third guy is asleep.
Yeah.
Always grab the ammo here, and then you're good to go.
Cool.
Baby method, I guess. Totally safe, and definitely not slow. I gotta say that. It's not that slow. You lose like maybe 2 seconds over the other thing that I would normally do. And that is the method I'm going to show quickly now, where we hold up the first guy by shooting him twice, and then the third time we just hold our gun in his face. We're going to hold him up. And I start shooting him as I go through the next door frame. Like, as soon as I pass this door frame, shoot him twice, and then just hold the gun out with square to start holding him up.
Freeze.
Swap to the next gun. Either it's your magazine if you did Prozac Skip, or it's the M9 in this case. If you have the M9 already out, cool. Just either you can now do the punch kick and walk through, If you do that, then the guard that we just hold up will call in a caution. So there's no problem here. Or not even, like right in this situation right now, he's just staying there. That's cool. And then there's the third variation where we still do the hold up in the beginning. We actually do take the alert.
All non-essential personnel report to the holds in 10 minutes time for the schedule.
And we're gonna use the USP to shoot the third guy. Because unlike him very easy, of course, he doesn't fall asleep after 1 M9 shots, so I just kill him like that.
Ah, okay, yeah.
So I go here, shoot the guy once, and hold my gun out and then kill the next guy. And then I go.
Okay.
Those are like the 3 variants. I can definitely vouch for the very first one in the beginning, where you take it just super safe, but it's also way less stressful. And then you can try the other ones later. And yeah, I would just suggest just move on through Guard Rush. Of course, in the beginning, as always, we want to hold up left on the stick, L1, X and square together. So we immediately stand up and start running and gunning. And we're always going to kill the first guy by just spraying him down, right? And then the only thing that's really different on normal compared to very easy is instead of having 4 guards and then +3, we have 5 guards and +3. And that's where ammo management is a little bit of a factor. If you have like, I usually come around and have like around 24, 25 bullets. It is sort of just enough so I can spray down the first few guards, and then I have to start using headshots also for one of the 5 guards at the beginning. You do know, of course, if you ever run out of bullets, just walk all the way back. There are 2 USP ammo boxes and just, you know, spray them down with body shots. But for the most part, it's really just a very easy guard rush with 1 more before the 3 guards at the end come out. But at the end of the day, it's still the same fight.
Okay, cool.
And just to give you one example here, set skip and then run forward. So you're going to shoot the guy here. Oh, didn't even hit him. Damn it. I didn't want to use him then. Wow, I'm not hitting anything today. Let me restart. That did not go well at all. So here we go. If you steal things like this, like I just used from 45 bullets, about 20. So already relatively low. And now I just need 3 more bullets, as I know, so it's not that bad, but yeah. As I said, ideally you have like around 25 bullets because you did not necessarily grab the backup ammo box. If you do Prozac Skip, there is of course a USB ammo box just before you do the Prozac Skip. Maybe that's worth grabbing in the beginning so we have a few more bullets for Guard Rush. The alternative is there's a USB box at the sensors at the last box, so you just quickly tap triangle, hop on, and then you can continue shooting the sensors and then move on. And then, of course, on deck 2 starboard, just before we run into Guard Rush, there's an ammo box just as you go around the corner behind the pipes. So if you feel more safe with having around 40 bullets, that's totally fair, I can get that. But later you probably will still be fine with just 25 bullets. 1, 2, 4. See, I got still enough. This guy, it feels like that. It's still 3 bullets and I still have 9 now, right? Yeah. I sprayed most of these people there and I missed that last one, but you can see even with just 25 bullets, I still am fine. Yeah, if these guys walk past, definitely go 3rd person and auto aim.
At the moment.
There you go.
Ah.
What?
It's been a while since I've done a Guard Rush.
yeah, that's fine. Like, as I said, it's basically the same as VE. You're still going to spray most of these guys down in 3rd person. Because ammo management is still not that bad on normal difficulty. After hard, it gets definitely worth it looking at how much bullets you have and try to just stun them once with one body shot and then aim at the head to take them out quicker and preserve some ammo. But normal difficulty still, it's really not much of a problem. That's it. And here we are at Holds 1. I hope you practiced your ladder glitch. If not, you can, of course, always do the glitchless version. What's really different here in Holds 1, I'm going to show you that. I'm going to actually go here, keep your toes. You see this guy down there, like this guy? That's the only change. And there is a method where you can still go across the lines here, shoot this guy, and then move on. But it requires you to go to this box and hold up this guy.
Okay.
And it's like very time intensive, and like even in my latest 107 PB, I never did that. Because, if I quickly do the trick, I'm gonna go. It's way simpler to do what I'm gonna show you now, and that's basically what I would still recommend, unless you wanna like squeeze everything out of a run. Just walk around him. Do one roll here, walk up, do a second roll over the second grid, and that's it. That's Holds 1.
Okay, yeah.
Really no magic to it. You really don't lose that much time compared to the other method, where the timing is like way tighter, and I would really only do that if I wanted to get like the last time save out of a tanker. For full game especially, just do what I did, take the safe method. On very easy, there is no extra guard there, you can do the roll. But starting a normal, you have to do the hold up method, and so let me try that again. Hold up, swap, and you want to basically look at him. And if you want to be safe, you even stop for a moment. Like you stop behind him, swap the weapon to the M9 back, wait that you actually see he's being held up, and then you can just go. It's a little bit safer. You can of course also do this in full speed. Try to show it now. Hold up. Hold up. Like that, right? But I would recommend in the beginning, if you want to be a little bit safer, stand for a short moment, then swap, make sure that he's actually held up, and then you can continue. And then usual, roll on camera equip, and 4-shot pictures. That's literally the same, it's very easy. Nothing changed in Hold 3. Nice, nice. Good. And see, now it's totally worth it waiting a short second and then continue, because you don't want to have a continue. You rather wait a little bit to make sure that he's held up. And after a while, you get a feeling for that you make sure he definitely is held up, and then you can do it faster and faster after a while.
Yeah, I think, like, from what I've learned when I was doing very easy, I was definitely trying a run before I could walk. And I was just trying to do stuff that was, you know, rather than getting used to the whole basis of things and then slowly learn a new bit of tech or learn how to do a room a little bit faster or more efficient. I was trying to do everything all in one go.
Yeah.
So with this one, I'm going to take it with a more sensible approach.
And as I said, you know, Holds 3 is literally the same as normal. So you do the roll, enter the door, and equip the camera during the roll to when you skip the cutscene are immediately in the camera. If not, you just tap, you know, L2 and get it back then. And then usual 4 shots. One here. Bring up the second. Unequip. Move to the right box here. At the corner. That's a cool thing about it. Like, it's literally the same. It's very easy. Nothing we need to say. Here's the thing that's different to very easy. It doesn't matter if you have the M9 in your previous or not, because we cannot do the M9 trick in plant. Because we don't get the M9 early. We have to get it from the armory. And we will actually do that for exactly 1 shot in the plantception. So. Oh, picture didn't work for me. And my game crashed. GG.
Oh, wow.
Too much shenanigans with the trainer, I like to think. Oh, we made it to the beginning of plant. And as I said, it was a sub 7 IGT tanker, if it was a tanker, so congratulations. Nicely done.
Nice.
Yep. And now it's time to learn plant on normal, which should not take that long, because for the most part, it's just the boss fights that we already know, just a little bit longer. So
yeah, boss fights, slight changes in the how some rooms might be done, but yeah, like it's definitely going to be a lot easier to learn compared to just learning very easy without having any prior knowledge.
The biggest thing for plant is there's a few more guards sometimes, and yeah, bosses take longer. Fortune alone, for example, you can do very quickly because it's literally the same as very easy and stuff like that. So not too much to worry about. But in the beginning of Strut A, where we are right now, right? So there's no M9 here, and there won't be an M9 up there on Duck A roof. Cool, Strut A roof. I don't know why I said duck, but there you go. So in the beginning here in the docks, we just go. it's really nothing we need to do. I'm gonna show you quickly how you can get 2 rations and still get away without an alert, but before we touch the terminal, everything's the same to VE, just move along. There's also 2 different methods where you stand in a corner and distract a guy and don't get rations, but honestly, especially as a beginner, I would always get the rations. It doesn't take much time because you're always on a timer, so like, why not, right? 2 rations in the back is definitely worth it on normal. Okay, after we touch the panel, we're gonna pause quickly. So we have this first dialogue, and unlike in Very Easy, the guard is not immediately waking up, and you do not get the call right away. Right? On normal, it takes a little bit longer, just a few seconds before the second code call comes in. So in the meantime, we're gonna go quickly and go to the left here and hop on that box to get our first ration. Then we're gonna make our way back to the beginning room, go to the left to the lockers, and get our second ration. And the second codec will come in as we basically turn around the corner here. That's where it usually comes in.
Right, okay.
And then just go down and you can pause here. Then we do the second part. That can happen, yeah. If that happens, it's fine. You're still good to go. Right, so basically you just walk down here, go to the left, the center locker has another ration here, and then you literally just turn around and come back. We don't have a radar anymore here on normal difficulty. On Very Easy, radar is always on. We would need to, I think it's also because of the save quickly. In docks, we still have it because we just touched the panel, but once we go upstairs, we won't have radar anymore. So that's why on higher difficulties, people just run on no radar anyway, because it's really only there for tanker and the first room, and the rest of plant we don't have radar anyway. It doesn't change much.
Right, okay.
But as we can see here now, if you've been fast enough, we just should make it past this guy here, so he notices us and investigates, but doesn't give us an alert. And that gives us enough time to quickly go up to the second guard on the right here, to do a quick carpet through him. Now he almost saw me, but he didn't kick me yet, and even if he did, we could quickly get up and punch kick him. Because both these guards have been knocked out by Snake previously, and so they will almost immediately be asleep again. Unlike the guards later, because they've just been tranked, just knocking them out with a carpet, for example, will actually put them to sleep. And so in the meantime, we can wait here at the elevator. The other guard is investigating somewhere else, and I can easily skip the cutscene and go on the elevator. Here, same thing as VE, just ideally do a cartwheel and land with your face in the hole. If you're not, go FPV and turn around. In my instance, I think I was perfectly in the corner. I couldn't even turn anymore in FPV. So, not sure if I'm proud of that, but it works. And then we just answer that code and go down. It's like very, very similar to Very Easy. Same with the next one.
Okay.
You just do the carpets down here, skip the cutscene, and then leave through the left door. And then the AB bridge is where we have a difference. Yeah, there we go. Oops. So because we don't have the M9, we cannot rank any of the guards, and even if, they wouldn't go down in one shot, right? So the only trick we need to remember here at AB bridge is that we don't get the alert from the guard early by stepping on the grid that makes some noise. And because he's turned away from us, the simplest thing we can do is we're just going to make a copy through the guard and then quickly leave. So as we go here, I'm actually walking over this first set so I can 100% make sure that I make a cartwheel over the second set of these grids to not make a noise. And then a follow-up cartwheel into the guy, and then we go. It's that easy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, the first grid doesn't matter if you do a cartwheel over it. Very nice. That was very nice at the end. And it's just nicer that we do a cartwheel over the second grid so he doesn't hear us and turns around. And then you're totally safe to do a cartwheel into the guy and then just leave.
Yeah, I think I cartwheel just that, like, millisecond too early, so my heels clipped the
like
break.
Yeah. Right. Strut B, of course, is the same. It's very easy. Go for the cutscenes, and at the end, there's a save prompt that we ignore. And then we go to the next BC bridge. BC bridge, I want to say one thing. But yeah, for the most part, it's similar to VE. Nothing to worry about. Alright, great. So, at BC, you can do the usual thing. On very easily, completely ignore these chaffs here. But especially if you're just starting on normal, I would highly recommend grabbing these quickly. The reason being is, of course, if we throw a chaff and it pops, guards cannot call an alert. And if we don't have an alert come in, we don't have to worry about the next few rooms where there are different patterns. And it's sometimes a great backup, especially in the beginning when you're just getting used to normal difficulty.
Okay,
so in your case, I would definitely recommend it grabbing it now. During plant, we need to use 4 chaffs, and we can easily grab 6. Like these, usually we don't grab. We grab 2 of them later. One of them is, of course, at top of Strut A. Right, as we come up there, there's another one after Fortune. And then there's yet another at Shell 2, right? So these technically aren't necessary, but especially in the beginning, they're a great way to back up. Because during plant, there are a few rooms where it's just better to have a chaff out. For example, you remember on the opposite side here, when we enter core shell 1 and we come out, and there's these panels that pop out.
Yes.
Starting in normal, this will be important that we don't pop out all of them, that we just run across them, because they will actually stay away for the final one.
Okay,
and if it happens that, for example, we are doing alert and the ciphers are all there, that's where an extra chaff definitely can save your life, because you don't need to worry about the ciphers that fly around there that might shoot you and actually kill you. And instead, you can just go and focus on your convoys. So especially in the beginning, I would definitely recommend grabbing these chaffs. And later, when you're more comfortable, that you don't do mistakes anymore where you would need extra ones, you can ignore these and just move on.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so it's nice just to have those backup strats whilst I'm getting used to and comfortable with running normal.
Yeah. And then it's the same as usual. Just go until after Stimmen. And there we go. So, we just made it after Stimmen. And as I explained, counterclockwise, especially on higher difficulties, for me at least, was always easier to learn. The clockwise method actually requires us to use a few more chaffs. That's what we still do, of course, on Glitchless, because we need to go clockwise for Glitchless. But because we're doing 80%, we're going counterclockwise, and it's very similar, especially in many of these rooms. So for Strut C and Strut B, nothing changes. And so we're just going to go down. And the only thing that really changes is our menu. We're not going to get the M9 out because we don't have it yet. So we're going to do a cartwheel, menu to SOCOM, and menu to coolant. If we have chaff here, of course, we do down twice. And so we have the combination, of SOCOM and coolant spray. And just freeze them up. Oh yeah, the bridge changes, but we're gonna get there. Yeah, it's a matter of shooting the cipher instead of ignoring it. So this time we're actually gonna shoot it.
Oh yeah, normally you'll take the alert there, wouldn't you? And just tranquilize the guard.
Yeah, on normal difficulty, we're actually gonna shoot it with 3 shots. Super easy. So in the beginning, we're just going to go here around the corner. And we basically shoot it 3 times as we walk down here with auto aim. We don't need to stand still to shoot it. Just use auto aim, and as you walk down, shoot it 3 times. Then it explodes. It's that simple. And then we're into Strut B. There we go. Strut B is basically the same as we do very easy. So in the beginning, we go around the corner, close the wall here, use the coolant spray. I really get away here. There is a visual cue here where to know that the door is coming, and that's when the fire extinguisher shows up. That's when you know, okay, I gotta get ready to turn left. Because we don't have the radar anymore, little cues like this help me to also know, okay, there's the door coming up, so I can go into here. I still hold up this guy, and just do the copy into the door. And
Okay.
that's that really. A-B bridge. Unlike on very easy and easy difficulty, where we can take the northern path, or the upper one, we're actually going to walk back where we came from, the southern path. What is different is that there are now 2 guards here. The one that normally would be here on very easy and easy still walks around the top corner, and he will be actually in Norway. And the easier method is to walk the bottom path, get spotted by the bottom guard, and what we need to do is we're quickly just gonna cartwheel into that guard. So how it looks like is like this. I'm gonna go here. I'm not even doing cartwheels. I'm just walking, right? And the guard sees us from a distance here. And we'll start calling in the alert. He doesn't shoot us even. He just starts calling in the alert. And we're gonna copy through him. Right?
Okay.
And then we just go to the end. And you see, I'm not doing a single cartwheel. I don't need to be that fast.
What's going on? Respond.
And just by walking,
I need help.
we can leave before the alert comes in. It will count for your statistic, because when you hear that sound, even during the load transition, it will be an alert on your statistics.
Okay.
Which only really matters if you go for rank 1, big boss on extreme, for example. But for normal purposes, like, we don't care. So we just need to walk quickly after we did the cartwheel and then leave. And it's not depending on having perfect movement. You see, I just was walking. I was not using a single cartwheel, and I still made it in time. Strut A, because I showed you already how to do counterclockwise, is basically the same, only that we're going to get an alert now. For us, though, that alert is fine, because for the next few rooms, we don't need to worry about these, because the caution version of these rooms are actually faster for us anyway. So I'm going to show you the room in its entirety, but it's basically still placed exactly the same as the very easy version. Maybe with the difference that I actually want to grab the so-called ammo this time, because my ammo is way lower anyway, and we don't have the M9, right? So I'm going to go here. You can either hold him up or just do a copy through him. Both works, and we're going to get an intentional alert from the camera here. That's something that's new. But we get this alert here, and the guards will always be at the top of the room. That gives us enough time to quickly go here and grab the box. Don't forget your cooldown rise. Gonna come back. Cooldown rise again. During the stairs, of course, go to the box and unequip it. And there we go. Everyone will be at the top left. In the meantime, we just already are gone.
To your positions. Increase security.
As you can see, they're just leaving, but it doesn't matter for us.
Sending reinforcements to the front for Strut
Spray the bomb.
Boost up security.
And then the guard that's normally in this room, there's an extra guard in normal difficulty. He will be at the bottom left already. And so we're just gonna go and continue to be clockwise in this room. And just go through the door.
Oh, cool.
Yep, there may be a chance that the guy that's there will see us. But he doesn't give us an alert quickly enough. So we can just go through the door.
It's the enemy. I need
And that's Strut A. You just want to make sure that you don't lose the caution. That you don't take forever and you actually go back to a non-alert situation.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, next room, it's not that crazy different. We're gonna get a re-alert. We're gonna have another guard just before the door when we leave. And so all I do normally is I go here, do my little cartwheels. You don't have to. And now I'm gonna shoot him from distance, cartwheel through him. I'm gonna get ready here. Okay, normally this guy would be further away. What I do is I equip the box to run through him. This way I have me lose the box and have the bomb sensor on again. But if you get kicked like this, honestly, whatever. Put on the box quickly.
Connecting bridge. Surround the enemy.
Jesus Christ, let me just go, man.
He's being persistent.
Also, I'm not sure, did I? Okay, I still have the sensor A, but yeah. Like, all that matters is that we have here the evasion status in this room. So as I walk down here, I walk around. There's just enough time that I can make it past this guard. And then he will turn around and not see me.
Okay.
A little bit awkward when trying to teach this, but basically that's it. And then similar to very easy, we still want to grab these stuns here. We can grab them later because we actually have to go and get the AK this time from the warehouse. Unlike a very easy. And what I usually do is, as I drop down here, I'm gonna shoot this guy, get the stuns, and then just go.
Okay.
At the top wheel, door, whatever, we're good to go. Now here we are a little bit under stress. Because of the alert, the ciphers are already here. And if we have the box removed from a previous, which can happen if you bounce into the guards, then the box gets pulled away. You maybe need to re-equip it again from Sense A. But as always, we still want to go here. We're gonna get the codec call here from the two, warning us about the claymores. And we're still gonna do the copy to grab the claymore. Ideally, this doesn't happen. Ideally, you don't blow yourself up, but then you grab the claymore and then you go up through the door. I'm gonna go through here as normal. Hopefully I do get the codec codes. I do not, so copy here. Carry on. And it can happen if you do it clean like this, that these ciphers don't see you. You can just go. If the ciphers do see you here, put on the box. Whoops, okay, that's cool. Great demonstration. Put on the box so you can continuously walk and not get stunned from the ciphers. Speaking of closing, we're going to close the loop soon. As you can see, we already have taken care of many of these mobs, so we're just going to go to Strut E. And at the bottom of Strut E, we're still going to carry the alert. And there's a very cool trick that we can do where we delay the backup guards that are normally coming from the top stairs down to us. And that's where we need the box again. The box is like a great utility already on VE. On normal, it gets even stronger. So as I enter here, I'm going to make a way. This guard will see us. Do a copy, and then as we are here, I want to just shoot the wall. Shooting the wall will delay the upcoming guards, so they are not further into the cycle and further like down the stairs. I'm gonna put on the box, and as I reach the top of the stairs, I'm gonna unequip the box and do quickly a cartwheel into the door. So I get past all of them without actually being hit. So just try that. It's not too complex. If you don't hit the cartwheel, like it's a practice thing, but it is important that you shoot the wall once as you go around the corner there to delay these guards and have a chance. Very nice. Go into the box. And that's why I go from the left. Yeah. Because it's easier if I go all the way to the left wall and then do a cartwheel down right. It's a little bit easier to hit that angle. And as promised, here's that call that I had happen earlier. Alright, from here on, you know the drill. Ideally, you do a cartwheel bottom left, not like me. So you can do this. Cutscene codec, and then we're gonna move on. Well, I guess I'm a good teacher because you do everything I do. After cutscene, you can quickly pause. Top of Heliport is not much different to very easy. You just gotta know there is an extra guard. Probably a good call to heal here. So there will be a guard that's usually there already, and then there will be a second guard coming from right to the left. But as it stands, if you already know your way around here, you should still make it past every one of them. Yes, the left guard will notice you, but he still won't alert on you. So you can quickly freeze it. There you go. We can do quickly get up here with coolant rise by just pressing X and R2. I'm gonna go down. And the reason why I don't do any cartwheels is if I do it too fast, I can meet this guy. Worst case, you cartwheel into him, and you have still a very long path to get through the door at the bottom, right? Yeah. So the strat is to just leave him alone. Don't bother. Because if you interact with him anyway, he will be like, oh, what the hell? We'll get the backup guards in here, and then you have to deal with the backup guards. And like all of that, you can just avoid by not doing anything. But just walk down here, then grab the box as usual. Ah, there you go. And then we're gonna leave. As you can see, this guy, he noticed us, but he will just go like, oh, okay, no, I'm just seeing things, and then you can go. It's not the problem. The second guard is more of a problem if you do anything with him. I tried it once, deeply regretted it. The conveyor belt glitch might be a little bit more stressful, because there is a guard now at the conveyor. I'm going to show you quickly. Normally you can do the usual thing, but this guy there on the left, that we see there.
Okay, yeah.
He's there. He will actually notice us, and he will turn around after a while. So you want to be quick. And yeah, if that happens, for example, like, oh no, fell down. You can still do it. But there we go. He actually notices us, and that's when you want to put on the box maybe earlier, just to not get stopped. But right, the other day, you can still go on as normal. Because I don't think he, like for a very long time, he doesn't fully turn around. So he won't interrupt you doing the trick, but he will notice you as you're on the conveyor belt.
Right. Oh, okay. So it's a case of just making sure your movement, like you've got into the box so you don't get stopped whilst you're on the conveyor.
there's like a very slim chance you just hit the right timing so the guard doesn't see you. Or he doesn't shoot you sometimes, and you can still walk on without the box. But especially in the beginning, I would just say, as soon as you make it on that conveyor, put it on the box and walk the way. Because if he sees you and shoots you, you're not getting stopped and you're not losing time there. Alright, Strut C. Actually, almost similar to very easy, only the guy will notice you. 100%, he might actually shoot on you. So you want to be quick.
Who's that? Enemy sighted. Requesting backup unit.
But you can always make it before the alarm comes in to leave the room.
Cool.
Yeah. You probably don't even get shot normally if you're just quick enough. I, of course, had to wait a little bit to explain stuff, so we'll see. Yeah. Oh well.
Enemy sighted. Requesting backup unit.
But yeah, that's basically it.
Cool.
I still have 2 rations. Alright, so I'm gonna quickly heal up here because I was already a little bit low. But as we go here, the normal thing applies. Go from sensor A to box 3. Stay in here to get shot. Gonna get the alert from this guy so the camera doesn't see us.
It's the enemy. I need help.
And that's it. Good call. Good call. Yeah, as long as you don't get an alert in this room. Because evasion here in Strut D is a pain. If you enter an R in evasion, especially as a beginner, just take a def. Fall over the railing, take a def, and then continue. Because it's so much easier doing Strut D from a non-alert situation. We will get one, but that's intentional then, right? So,
Okay.
Strut D, basically, very similar to very easy. We're going to go here, we can do 1 copy down. But as we turn around the corner, we're going to shoot once to get the alert. Right? Gonna go over here, gonna fall down. And they're gonna leave us alone because they mostly are looking for us now at the top.
Okay.
So I'm gonna cool the bomb. And then on normal difficulty, there will be a guard at the stairs. We have to delay anyway. So as a beginner, oops. I guess I'll just delay it myself.
Something over there.
But this guy, Ava, he will be slow enough that he will already turn around and leave you. Or if you're fast enough here, spray him. Or you can just go. That's of course unfortunate that I got seen here, so you don't want to let that happen. But for the most part, you want to go to the door normally, wait for the alert to turn into a caution, sorry, the evasion to a caution, and then you can go. Do not leave on evasion. Because if you leave on evasion, the next room you will not get the codec call where the timer starts, right? So you gotta do this room and you gotta go to the caution status. That's why I'm gonna quickly do it again so I can show it to you. There we go. Like normally this guy at the top doesn't see you if you don't crouch and delay super massively. So unequip and just walk. As you see here, there we go. We can technically just wait. You don't need to spray him, but you can get out the cooler and quickly spray him and then walk on. But because we need to wait for the evasion to turn into a caution anyway, it doesn't matter.
Return to your position.
And as you see, only now that we're on caution, now we can go, because only then, in the next room, we get this dialogue where the countdown starts. That's the whole idea. Alright, you try now. We're almost done. As you know, of course, from here on out, we just need to go back to Strut E, and we're gonna use the box 3 to teleport us to Strut A, and then we can go. So, what we do here now is the usual. Just like very easy, we're gonna quickly go, and we're gonna go and get into the box.
Encounter the enemy.
Okay, normally he would see us. I guess that happened, but I'm just walking on. And then Strut E, I'm gonna do both rooms at once because they're so short. Strut E, you're gonna go here and shoot 1, 2, 3 times to kill the guy. You don't need to be fast, just make sure to shoot him 3 times. And then you have more than enough time to do another set of the conveyor belt glitch.
Okay, cool.
Yep, that's it really.
Right, I've got to make sure my box 3 it is on my previous. Just because I'd
Is it? I would do a carpet and quick. Oh yeah, there you go. Fair enough, fair enough. Yo, normally you can also notice like guards definitely notice you way earlier, so weird situations like this can happen. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Now just do conveyor belts. And off you go. And of course, you also go here immediately and enter the docks. Docks, Literally the same, nothing changes here, form very easy. So we're gonna actually go all the way after Fortune.
Over there.
Cool.
They're like, literally nothing changes. The only thing you maybe want to do at Fortune, I'm gonna make a quick note there, is you want to put on your rations, because on normal, Fortune hits way harder. And that's usually why I have 2 rations in the beginning. So even if we use up 1 during the whole bomb defusal situation, I want to have at least an extra ration still at the beginning of Fortune when she shoots us.
Right, okay.
So just before we enter Fortune, I'm going to switch from the sensor, press L2, up twice to be on rations, and then I enter Fortune. But yeah, Fortune on normal is literally the same, it's very easy.
Oh.
Yeah, it's always worth it having these 2 rations in the beginning. When I first learned it, we didn't grab any of these, and I was thinking, actually, because it doesn't matter, it's totally worth it doing these 2 rations in the beginning.
Yeah, it feels like it's something that I feel like, especially when, like, say for myself,
Yeah.
just to get comfortable so it doesn't completely compromise a run or put me in a place where I don't know what's happening. Oh,
You want to restart? Because the manipulation is off already. And crouch. Yeah. Alright, I messed up. What's cool is you get 3 boxes of SOCOM ammo during the fight, so you have more than enough ammo usually for your SOCOM for the rest of the run.
What are you doing? Kill me.
Oh, you forgot the box there, yep. That's fine though. Oh yeah, one last thing. On normal, I would definitely recommend ending Fortune by equipping the coolant spray. So we have the SOCOM on previous. That makes it way easier to equip the SOCOM again later.
okay.
That's basically it. Like, the strategy for the Fortune fight itself is always the same. For this next segment, going towards Fatman, we basically do like almost the same as we did doing bomb defusal. It's really not much different. I'm just going to do the entire thing up until we go to Fatman. But if you have any questions, let me know. The usual thing applies here for, Darren Claymore. And as I go down, because we ended the fight with a coolant spray and active, we have the SOCOM on previous, so I can do this, where I do a cartwheel, tap R2, and then do D-pad up twice to go to coolant, unequip it. And the great thing why we want to have the SOCOM now is because we want to shoot that guy. On very easy and easy, he will be like closer to the computers, but starting on normal, he will be between the door and us. And that's when I want to immediately have the SOCOM out. You can do the coolant menu later if you want, but just make sure you have the SOCOM in your hand so you can give this guy 1 shot and just walk past it like this. Then FA bridge, same as normal. We don't have an alert here, so we don't have his second backup guard, but we're still going to get the alert from him. Oh, actually, we don't even. Sorry. Confusing a few things, but yeah, second time around, we don't even have an alert. This one gets tricky here. I forgot to mention one thing. Of course, we have to get the M9, right?
Okay.
So there's 2 ways you can do this. You can do this the slow method, where you spray this guy and then go. Like, takes a long time for this guy to call in the alert. You maybe even want to kill him. You're still gonna get an alert like this, but yeah. And in Strut F, instead of like even spraying or shooting the guy, just go on, let him call in the alert. Grab the M9. You don't need the ammo, because we literally just need 1 bullet. And instead of going the right way, you should have always gone left. Left is just better.
Okay.
You can shoot this guy here and then move on. Now there's one more thing. There will be the ciphers again, and that's at least where I want to go back to sensor A and put on the box, just in case I get spotted. In this situation I didn't, but you want to have the box on anyway, because you know what's happening next? We're going to delay the guards again. This is
Right,
definitely like
okay.
the first time in Bomb Diffusal. So once again, we're gonna shoot here. Around the corner. See how I stick to the left side of the wall? Unequip and then do a carpet. Way easier this way. And from here on, as usual, we're gonna go up, cool one bomb, and then the Fatman fight begins. But before we go there, I'm just gonna go up to the bomb, and I'm gonna explain one last thing. So you can follow up now. I'm just gonna go there and wait. So I said at the EF bridge that we want to pick up the Claymore because we're actually going to start using it beginning with the easy difficulty and of course also the normal difficulty. So as I go and freeze the bomb, go back to SOCOM, and before the next fight starts, I also go to the Claymore, D-pad down twice. I'm going to tap it again to have the SOCOM inactive.
Okay.
So go up, freeze the bomb, SOCOM to Claymore, and then back to SOCOM. That way we have the Claymore in a previous, but still have the SOCOM inactive because the fight at the beginning of Fatman always forces the SOCOM in our hand. So if we end on Claymore, it does not get put into previous. That's why we need to go back to the SOCOM as a preparation for this fight.
Okay.
Alright, I would suggest activating boss practice mode because this one will be a bit finicky. Fatman was already a massive problem on very easy, and he's getting it a bigger problem now. There's a few things that we can do trying to mitigate the damage of him running off. And so especially in the beginning, all we're going to do is we're going to immediately go right. And that's why we need the Claymore in previous. We want to just tap R2. Right, and we're going to put the Claymore just in front of him. Make sure that you actually face all the way down before you press square. Because we want to make sure that he falls all the way down. We're going to put the SOCOM in again and give him one headshot. We're gonna wait so he's like fully on the floor, not like sometimes he's still moving a little bit back, and then you can see him, you know, being fully flat on the floor. Only shoot when he's not moving anymore.
Right.
And then here we have enough time because it takes forever to go up. I'm gonna go here to the start. Gotta manually go and then down, down, or up, up. It doesn't matter. Tool coolant. Back to the SOCOM. One more headshot. That alone is already enough, so try that for the beginning. SOCOM, headshot. Too late. Because now he's running off, right? And that's the problem.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. You want to relatively quickly follow up with this first headshot, so then you have enough time of him fully standing up again. In that time, you can freeze the first bomb.
Okay.
All right, reset. Yeah, there you go. You can rather set off 2 shots, honestly, rather than not. And even if you have a slow bomb like this, it still be fine. Normally. A bit fumbling around, it's fine. Just practice a little bit at the beginning. Nice. Yeah, you gotta stop pressing and expecting that. That's the thing that's really muscle memory, right? You're so used to them very easy that you always have cooldown in SOCOM. In this fight, you gotta do once the trick to go back. There we go. Nice. And that's it, really. And from here on out, we're gonna follow after him twice. We gotta have him fall over and give him 2 times 2 headshots. Ideally, if you're lucky, after the second headshot, he starts going up. Because if he goes up because of the camera angle, he's a little bit easier to spot. As all you can see, he's going down, so like, alright, where's he going? Right. The cool thing is, if he goes down, at least, this ammo box is for your SOCOM. I would always grab that.
Yeah.
And then he's done. So like 4 more headshots after the initial set, and then he's done. And
okay, cool.
The only thing we have is in the beginning to use the Claymore. Using the Claymore saves us giving him 1 headshot. So that's why we have basically 3 segments where we give him 2 headshots each. And that ends the fight, but yeah.
Oh, nice, okay.
If you don't use the Claymore, we gotta do an extra shot. But unfortunately, unlike very easy, it's not like I can really control him much. So you really just want to get quick with your follow-up shots. Try not to spam much ammo, because you don't really have easy access to extra ammo. And also gonna really get used to him doing weird stuff like this, for example, where he falls down and he's still turning around, so you cannot immediately shoot after him.
Yeah.
That's where normal actually changes a lot from very easy, because fights like these is where he knows, okay, because he has more health and it takes longer to fight him, he actually gets harder to deal with. He's not gonna shoot you even. Like, for the most part, you can do this entire fight damageless, right?
Yeah.
Maybe if he bounces into you, but still, when it comes to the point where he gets out his little Uzi and shoots you, that's like still far away on normal difficulty. But the problem is him running away.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's really a problem. But yes, you correctly assumed everything after Fatman is exactly the same as very easy. So nothing really to teach. And also after all these cutscenes and codecs, the only thing we need to do is, if we grab the stuns already, we can do a menu from the coolant spray to the stuns, because we need to use them later anyway. Alternatively, we don't do it and we just grab the AK and then do all the menu with the weapons. The menu that's still the same is of course the BDU, and starting on normal actually gets useful because the BDU does cut the line of sight shorter from guards. So as long as you have the BDU on, you're a little bit more protected. It's like the camo system. So after all this, I do one cartwheel, R2, down, down twice to go to BDU. And alternatively, if you do have the stuns already, you can do cartwheel, go to coolant, and from the coolant go up and right.
Okay.
It's just up, right. We want to go on the stuns. So we have the stuns already in hand, and then from the stuns, it's just going up one more to go to the AK. Yeah, Strut E is just going, because the BDU, the guard doesn't see us. That's what I meant. But even if we have the BDU not on, yeah, he notices us, but there's no alerts, so both is fine.
Okay.
And yeah, EF is where things change a little bit. Now, what we need to change now, of course, we're not going to go to Chell 1 core. Instead, we're going to take all the way back. Just avoid the claymores here. You can do a copy between these two if you want. You can do one down here. And ideally, if you haven't used the BDU until now, I would definitely recommend putting it on now before we enter the next room. Because I'm gonna continue for one more room. As we enter here, what we want to do is we want to go into this corner, like up into the corner, and then turn around down to do car wheels. 1, 2. And if we don't have to BDU on, the guard will see us and is immediately calling an alert, and that's just annoying. So if we enter the room already with the BDU on, it's a little bit nicer. And especially playing on PC, we don't lose the loading time, because loading time is removed from IGT, right? So
Right, yeah.
after that, go left, go here, get your AK out. If you haven't grabbed the stuns yet, now is the time to get them, so just go here. And then we go. Right?
Okay.
And then on the stairs, cartwheel, put on the stun already, so go AK. If you are coming from nothing, then we just go down, down, and then down right, for example, to go to stun.
Okay.
And then just leave. That's it.
Cool.
Good. Alright, and as we go back, basically the same thing as we go up. Just go left here. One word of note, I said that these panels that we walk over now get knocked out and stay knocked out. It's not really true. The first time we go to core 1, they will be replaced. But when we come back after Ames, then the ones that we knock out will stay knocked out. So for here, you could technically walk and knock out all of them, doesn't matter. But just remember, for the second time after Ames, the ones that we knock out stay knocked out.
Okay, so you got to give yourself a nice pattern for your return after Vamp 2.
Correct. But it's quite easy to do. Oh yeah, and I should have, as I enter the room, hold down select so we first frame answer the codec.
Okay, yeah.
Not too much of a problem, but I'm going to go up to the elevator just because it's that short. So we don't want to do the cartwheel thing here. We're just going to walk. We're going to first be a little bit on the right side to avoid this left guard. Switch over to the left to avoid the right guard. And also we want to avoid the camera here. So basically we start here, focus first on the right, and then quickly move over to the left. In the beginning, I wouldn't do any cartwheels here. You can do one after you bypass that second guard, but don't bother really. Focus on not getting alerts here, right?
Yeah, I'm going to focus more on just getting clean movement through places before I start trying to... Like, that one cartwheel, well, that's going to give me, what, a 1/10 of a second cut?
Exactly, yeah.
if that.
Especially on normal, if a cartwheel can lead to getting an alert, it's totally not worth it anymore, so Just walking, going to the elevator, pressing the button, switching to the stun, and then we're gonna enter.
Why are you carrying such a weapon?
Oh yeah, you can optionally switch to the stun before. You can do it after. Because the guard is like, hey, what the hell? It takes forever for him to go to you and actually call an alert. Maybe it's a little bit more comfortable to go with the AK into the elevator, and then as we reach the bottom, then switch to the stun. That really doesn't matter. But you can do both.
Yeah, I've always switched to my stuns once I've already gone down, even on very easy.
Yeah, that's fair. And one thing to note, unlike on very easy where we use both stuns, the technique we use here, we're still going to throw the first one, so we have the elevator door stay open. But afterwards, the second stun we don't even use. It's a great backup though for later if you run into an issue, so it's worth keeping. Right, we could technically waste it so we get it out of our menu, but it's totally worth keeping it as a backup. And so we just throw the first one in the elevator, go to the AK, doing the cartwheel, I go up twice on the D-pad to go to nothing. So I only have AK and nothing. And of course that's for the next floor where we want to grab the guard. If we have the stun in our hand and throw the stun instead of choking him, you're going to have an alert and that's going to be an issue. And so basically it's the same as we do in very easy, we just don't throw the second stun here, right? We're still going to go, we're going to grab the D-Mic, and instead of shooting now, we're going to shoot as we go back. So I want to hold here L1, now shoot the guy, and go. No cartwheels at all here. And we're going to get these guards here. Make sure to be close to the left as you turn around the corner. Because there are a lot of people coming. Stick to the left side of the wall. No? And from here on out, it's super easy. Just go. There is a guard up here, right? So don't do a cartwheel into the elevator. You can technically do it, like for later if you ever feel comfortable, but rather not. And then up triangle. That simple. And the next floor, basically the same as before, right? We're gonna hold on R1 and square to get the cutscene to play. If you have turbo, additionally you can hold X to immediately skip the cutscene, right? And then the usual, go down left, knock, lean against the thing, 2 punches, and we wanna turn further, right? You see in first person how the corner of the wall is basically at the edge of my screen. Compared to very easy, or normal, we gotta turn a little bit further. And if you want to be really making sure that you have nothing in your hand, what I always do, just as a reflex, I always go tap, tap to make sure that I have nothing on previous. Right? It's so bad when you happen to still have something here just because you forgot. So it's a good habit to quickly tap twice. It doesn't cost you any time. Make sure that nothing's on previous. And if there happens to be something, I mean, you can just do nothing now and then grab the guy. Right? But it's so much worse when you get an alert here. And then just move in. Inside the hostage room, I would still keep the BDO on, right? It's not worth it, really. And here, find Ames, and after that, we're gonna meet again. So just follow up. It's natural 10 PM, haha.
You're Ames, aren't you?
Looks good, yep.
Okay.
Oh, I think you turned, which you didn't need to.
King.
Yeah.
That's fine. Next time. As long as you don't get an alert, like everything's fine. Even if you have to drag in for a meter or so, like it's fine. It's fine. Alright. So, after this, similar to very easy, we're gonna run up, we're gonna press triangle twice on the elevator, and during the button press, we're gonna be invincible, the guard will shoot us, and we'll go left. Thing is, unlike very easy, where it's like optional if you shoot him or not, normal, you have to shoot the guy. Like easy and high, you have to shoot the guy to delay the incoming alert, because it's vital that we're not going to be on evasion on the next floor. We want to be on caution, and because of that, we got to shoot the first guy. So I'm going to go up here. Gonna just triangle twice, very important. Stand here, shoot, and then go in.
There's someone else here. Send backup ASAP.
And it's so vital that we're not going to get an re-alert, because we don't want to do this on evasion, we want to do this on caution.
Oh.
No.
It's the enemy. I need help.
I told you.
Okay.
You gotta shoot the guy.
I thought with a fast elevator, I might have got away with it.
I should have said that a fast elevator, sadly, you still gotta kill the guy. And that's where a fast elevator in this situation doesn't help you at all, because it's completely pointless. Because we wanna be on caution, right? That's why we need to kill the guy, and that's why a fast elevator doesn't matter. Should have said that, but yeah. I didn't expect this to happen now in this case, but yeah, of course, very important for anyone learning out there. Always kill that guard, because even with a fast elevator, the alert will come in fast enough that we get a re-alert at the bottom, and then we come up on top here on the 1F floor, and we'll be on evasion, not on caution. We want to have a caution.
I'll just use the trainer to switch it to a caution.
I was going to say, yeah, just do that quickly. I'm not sure if the room layout still... Actually, yeah, you can go restart the room quickly, then press caution, I think. We have two ways how we can do this. I think you're ready for the harder version. But we'll see. The hard version technically isn't even that hard, right? So I'm gonna go now. And as I bypass here, this camera is turned off, but the next camera is still active, right? What I want to do is I want to need to go to a pistol, because we're going to have to hold up one of the guards, right? So during us passing here, one cartwheel, Ava M90 SOCOM works. I'm going to go to SOCOM because I'm used to that. And make sure as you turn around the corner, you see the camera there, right? We're going to immediately stick to the left. You're going to stick to the left until... You see the bottom, there's like these lines across until the second filler line. That's when we're going to turn over to the right. And now the tricky part that's coming up is we want to hold up this guy that's walking south, and there's a backup guard in the door frame that's coming up. We have to hold up that first guy, and then as we go through the door frame, we're going to be center because we want to do a cartwheel, knock out that backup guard, and then quickly leave, because normally there's another camera just before we leave that would also give us a re-alert. So the whole spiel is hold up the guard, cartwheel through the backup guard, and then quickly leave before the alert can come in. So that we're gonna reach the bridge with a caution.
Freeze! Huh? Who's that?
Enemies.
Hey, but that's really stressful to do. And that's where having backups now comes really in, because if it happens that you do get an alert here, well, you can still move on, right? That's why we have the backup chaffs that we got in the beginning, so we have more chaffs than we need necessarily. And so we're gonna continue and see if that happens, if it works out with the caution here. If not, we're gonna reset it with the trainer and try that still. But it can be practiced, and that's good. Too quick. All right, left wall. Now switch over. Hold up the guy and then carpet into the dude. And now quickly leave. You've seen the ideal way, and I would suggest, because it's a little intermediate difficulty, right? It's a little bit tricky. You're gonna practice once or twice, but I'm sure, because you're already familiar with the game, definitely worth going for. And so we have a chance now to... I have the chance now to show you the backup. I'm first though going to show you the caution way.
Okay.
Because it really doesn't change too much. If you have a caution successfully, we're going to go over the bridge. And that's already a big mistake. Because I wanted to show you, of course, how you can do the cartwheels, so you knock out as few panels as possible. So let me go quickly here, continue. Alright, so we come here, and what I normally do is, just as I turn around the corner, I do my first cartwheel. That will have me stand here, where you can see me. And the fun thing is, this panel actually does not get knocked out. It's one of the few, when you stand on it, you don't get knocked it out, and it's basically like a freebie, right? We do quickly one here, one there, and another one. And the one I'm landing on here is also another panel that doesn't get knocked out anymore.
Okay.
So the rest you can just go. Right? I'll try that again on the toggle. Just around the corner, first one, second one, third one, fourth one. Now I knocked out a few here, but it's still only single panel, it's not double panels, so it's still good enough.
Yeah.
And then from here on, just go south. We're going to stick to the left wall. And of course, we're going to enter again. And we're going to leave the BD1. before we go, we're gonna go and switch to the AK. And we're gonna go in the AK. We're gonna go around the corner here, and we're gonna get spotted by this guy. We're gonna knock him out, and we need the AK in our hand. Because with the AK, if you give him punch, punch, kick, we're actually gonna knock this guy out. If you would have the SOCOM in hand, we don't do enough damage for that. It's vital that we use the AK. And we need to be in the BDU so he doesn't see us too early. That's another thing. BDU and AK is the combination to go. You walk up to him, he sees you. You knock him out with a PPK, and then you quickly grab the piece you want. And so after that, now we just walk over to the Harrier fight. As usual, cross here. And for the entire time, we're going to leave the BDU on. Because it's normal difficulty, we're going to get very easily spotted. Whoops, I don't want to do that. We're going to stick to the bottom here. With the BDU on, they won't notice us. Or if they see us, they don't alert on us. As we see here, like, BDU is a key player here.
Attack team, come back at once.
And if you're slow like me, timer even runs out. Normally it shouldn't run out. I think there's a special caution that you get after Ames where it doesn't run out until we meet the next room. But no alert or caution. The room is still the same. There's no guard here that we need to worry about. Because we can just walk. Caution is super powerful for us. There is a few methods that Platonic guy found out where evasion actually is a little bit faster, but it's so complex that I cannot even begin to understand it myself. In any case, even if we had the caution on the bridge and here, nothing changes, there would be no one in our way. Like the caution, leaving the core on the caution is the easiest thing that we can do, and then just go on and do the sensors. No matter what, we have extra rations and extra chaffs, and so even if we have an evasion as we leave, it still should be fine. Shoot the guy, and then if you leave with an evasion out of that elevator, God bless, I have no idea what you need to do. But I think it's still, like, you can still do it. You're gonna lose like a couple of seconds, but not many. So here, oh no, I got spotted. What do we do next? Well, we have, of course, a chest, so we're gonna just throw the chest. I'm gonna go to the SOCOM and shoot it. Then I do my usual cartwheels over here, right? With the chaff that we have grabbed extra, we got a little bit of a wiggle room. The problem will be the next room, and that's where the extra stun will come in. Because we always grab 2 per pack. I'm gonna go and put on the next stun. And I can go now here. And as I go down here, as I go around that corner, I'm gonna throw that one stun that we normally have. Because now the backup guards will follow me and will just get knocked down as I come around the corner, making it super easy for me to leave on evasion. Right? That's where the stun is super powerful. That's why I usually would recommend beginners to not get rid of it. As usual on evasion here, yeah, we do get caught like this. You could go from BDU to box, so you get a little bit protected, but you still want to be on the BDU for the next few rooms. I was on a SOCOM now. I'm going to actually switch back to the AKS because it's a little bit stronger. And normally in this room, for example, even on evasion, as you can see, no problem. On evasion, this bridge is annoying because we have one guy here. You already heard the alert coming in. I'm going to quickly shoot that. And then there will be a backup guy at the end. The easiest way to deal with him is going back into the box. We seem like he's here and oh, what the hell? Like, yeah, if he kicks us, whatever, just move on. Ay, Dios mío. And last but not least, on evasion, there's one last guy here. Normally you would see us. Just quickly shoot him with the AK or the SOCOM. And then as you go, we reach the sensors, alert drops, and we're back to normal. So yeah. It's a little bit much that I explained at once, so we can go room by room, and I'm going to explain it again before you enter the room. But on the bridge, switch to the chaff, throw it. Ideally, you quickly shoot it with the SOCOM to be a little bit faster. If you can't hit it, whatever, let it pop naturally, and then move on over the bridge. There is an alternative method, and then I just want to quickly point out, that's where checking out 𝐇𝐚𝐮 13's tutorial for normal is worth it. Because there's another method where we leave the shell 1 by holding up the guard that we normally hold up. And instead of doing a risky cartwheel through the backup guard, we shoot that guy from the position where we hold up the first guard and then leave. I think though that's that's a little bit slow, because when I ever did that, right, I always had the problem that I never really hit him. I still got the alert, and I felt like, man, I could have just tried the harder version, and if I fail that, then still continue. And so I wanna point out that it exists, but nevertheless, both versions can fail, and it's worth knowing both the caution route, which is relatively easy, and the evasion route, which will probably just happen more often in the beginning. If you get familiar with that, you can still get great times, because I literally won speedrun races with this route on evasion.
Oh, nice.
Yep. All right. So we've reached the sensors, and on normal, there's a few more, unfortunately. And we also have the situation where we're gonna use now the Pantas. Now, it needs to be worth pointing out that there's a so-called Pantas trick. That is where, for example, we load up a save, and we can do this on PC or any version of the game. For example, we load a save at the sniping section with ammo, right? There's Pantas on the floor. And you can use it up to like 200. You then take a continue by killing Emma, for example. And then on the continue screen, you exit back to the main menu. If you then start a new run, the amount of Pantas that you've taken will stay in the RAM, and you can start a new run with all the Pantas still be in effect. And like 200 Pantas, even just 100 of them, will last you an hour to up to 2 hours, right?
Wow.
And then that's the problem. You cannot die. If you die and then continue, that resets. That's why we had to exit after continue. But if you don't die all the way, which is possible, you have the Pantas effect still here, and you don't need to grab it. But more realistically, that's something for later. So normally you have at least one continue, right? You would lose that effect. Yeah. And so it's just worth pointing out for later when you have more deathless runs. But in the beginning, we're going to do it like this. So we're going to go equip the AK, grab the Pantas. We're going to go to the PSG-1. As the PSG-1 goes into the scope, we're going to hold L2 to go and use one Pantas. And that's basically it. Wow, almost killed it. It's a little bit trickier because of the extra timing. And after we got done with the Cypher is always the first. And normally you can do it quickly enough so the Cypher is still at the first position. But, you know, sometimes he quickly goes away. After that, we turn to the right. The sensor. Then down, shoot the wall to get the birds out of our way. Shoot that sensor. Turn to the left. Then go up. Then go to the flag. Now the flag, there's a visual cue. We see like there's a crossing here. I'm going to go a little bit away. But you see like there's a little cross.
Oh, yeah.
And as you see, the flag goes away. Like you want to be a little bit higher than the cross. Oh my god. And then my pen just runs out, but you get the idea. That's where the sensor is. There's this line here, and you want to be slightly higher than this cross.
Okay.
That's the sensor. And then afterwards, it's almost the same as very easy. We're going to go here. 1, 2, 3, and then there's one around the corner behind us. Unequip, turn down, equip again, and just aim up. You will maybe need to go a little bit right, but as you go down, equip up, you get a feeling for where it will be. And that will be the last one. Skip the cutscene, do a copy forward, re-equip the PSG-1, and then after that, go to the chaff. And that's the menu setup that we normally do as well for very easy, where we enter the fight with the chaff in previous, so that when we grab the stinger, we tap R2 to go to the chaff, and just need to do one menu down to go to the stinger.
Right, yeah.
I would do one more time the sensors, just so you've seen it full speed, and then we're going to go and do Harrier.
Awesome.
Quickly AK, Pantas, swap to the PSG-1. During the switch, one Pantas use, and still zoom in. Like, it's always worth it zooming in. And this one, oh, excuse me. This one. Roughly shoot here. I always send off multiple shots, just to make sure. And that's it.
Okay.
Not too complex, but yeah. A little bit of respecting the order and you'll be fine. Yeah, if you do it a couple of times, you get like really quickly into the groove of all these sensors, and then they're no problem. It's just a few more compared to VE, and you have to use the pentest in the beginning, but you only really need one pentest, and I think it lasts for a minute, and during that minute you shoot all of these fences. You should be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you ready to get disappointed? Because Harrier didn't get easier. It actually got worse.
Worst boss in the game.
The hardest one for sure. So, you know the beginning. You're going to equip the chaff by tapping R2, go to the stinger and get it again. You do always start ideally with 5+1, right? If you can. But you see, you see how I did barely any damage compared to very easy. I basically did like half of it.
Yeah.
Thing is, I would quickly need to verify that. I'm not too sure. I think you can do 4-shot +1. Yeah, even a 4-shot, it won't happen that he goes around the corner. So only if you hit all 5 shots, you can do a 5+1.
Okay.
What's way more likely to happen is going to happen that he's going to do his flyover shot. And starting on normal, his flyover shot is not just the AK. He's also going to use a little rocket. So Solidus is very mean in the beginning. I'm going to show you, say for example, if you don't hit the 5th shot but the 4th. I think the 4th is definitely doable for you, right?
Yeah, like I can get 5+1.
Oh, that's good.
I've got 5+1 on my PB at the minute. Which is always disappointing when I'm on a good pace and then I get to Harrier and don't hit it.
That's good. But yeah, if you don't get it, the backup is shoot once and just go on the corner. Follow up here ideally. You get maybe a chance for a second one, and then you go to the die shots. Okay, if you hit the full 5+1, then you go to die shots. If you don't hit the 5 and the +1, you don't go to die shots, right?
Okay.
So maybe, just maybe, it's worth it getting familiar first with the 4-shot, getting used to this one extra flyover, and then to die shots. Why is that a thing? Because you will always go to the darn missile phase later. normal, you can finish the fight, we go there, but it's super close. And if you just miss 1 or 2 shots, you always go to missile phase. So in that instance, doing 4 shots and then hitting him 3 times more with the flyover probably is safer to end the fight before the missile phase, because that one's really annoying.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go set up here for die shots, as usual. There he comes. And make sure you're really close to the fence here, because as you can see, these shots come down quickly.
Wow, okay, yeah.
That's not a problem, because we have extra rations. Just use them. And now comes the nasty flyover shot. Because we don't have the radar anymore, you can see where he is, and I'm gonna throw. I don't even know if he comes from left or right. He came from the right, unfortunate. And so that's what I'm talking about, right? Normal, because the fight lasts so much longer, I cannot easily shoot after him. I can maybe shoot him now. And he's not even coming from the right, he's coming from the left. He's so annoying. He's not that reliable. Like, very easy. Normally, he always comes around the southern corner, and then you can see him from the right. But now he's coming from the left, and I don't even have a chance to see him. And you can do, like, maybe 2 shots on him. You can do 2 shots on him before the missile phase fully gets in, and then you need to wait by the pillar. And if you get to the missile phase, honestly, put on the rations. Like, it's just worth it. 2, 3, 4. Let's say I missed the 5th one. Once again, we do the flyover shots initially.
Use this.
That's really the problem, because we don't have the radar here, we cannot see where he is. Even if you were, that's another thing I want to show you. Even if you try to send off a second rocket, unlike very easy, where you can definitely hit him 2 times, or normally you cannot. Or normally you can just do 1 shot, and then it's better to actually turn around and focus on getting the shots after that.
Okay.
Right, so. The cool thing is, if you actually get the 5+1, then the fight is just like very easy, where he does the die shots next. Yeah, here. We need to get the extra stingers. Unlike Very Easy, we do not have enough stingers initially. After the die shots, that's when I definitely grab the extra stingers. Now he will do his flyover shot. If you get the 5+1 and the die shots, then he will do his flyover with the rockets. There you can shoot him twice. And then quickly go behind the barrel here. And get ready to shoot after him twice. Ideally even 3 times. If you're really lucky and get the 2 shots where the rockets come towards you, you white behind the barrel thingy, and hit him like 3 times more, then you can end the fight before the missile phase comes in.
Okay.
But way more likely, even if you get the 5+1, you still get to the missile phase. But as I said, at the beginning of the missile phase, you can still send off easily 2 shots. And if you end the fight there, the missiles don't matter anymore, right? But if it gets to be taking even longer, wait behind the wall, wait for his missiles to stop, and then pop out again. So as you can see, I have still like 4 shots left. I can maybe do this one. And then I think it's still 2 more. So let's see what happens. 1, 2. And now I just have to wait. There's no point in waiting and standing here. Now that he's gone, now I can set off another one and end the fight.
Okay.
Not perfect, but I guess it works. And that's again, like, I definitely think maybe 4 shots safe and then focusing on getting these extra shots afterwards. That's really what's worth practicing, right? When he does this little flyover and you send off another few rockets after him. Yeah. It's painful, right? It's painful. On normal, this is my worst enemy. Next to Fatman and his RNG of running away. It's really not fun.
It's definitely something to just sit and practice for a bit.
Absolutely.
Like with that, I'll be able to get it down. It's just spending some time on the fight.
Yeah, absolutely. The good thing though is, for a long time, we basically just can do, I'm going to show you the room and you're going to follow. Because there's no variation really.
Oh, okay.
There's normal, leap of faith, or do the D-pad version down the pipe. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to, in your situation, we're going to put on the BDU. So just as I go down, just before I go down, I'm going to do my menu to the BDU and put that on. I'm going to wait. Right now the guards will see you. And then as you drop down, yeah, just skip the cutscene. With the BDU on, their line of sight, as I said, is shortened. And that's why you can quickly go over here. And you will need to use the chaff again. That's why we have it in previous. And ideally, we end the fight with Stinger inactive. So the chaff stays in previous. I'm not even going to do the cartwheel towards the ladder. See, it's way better to not have an alert. And then the usual, throw your chaff. Third window, do a cartwheel. And then do the wiggle. Because I didn't have any more any more chaffs, I'm gonna quickly go to any weapon that's not first person view, so any of the pistols or the AK, right? So I can do the little animation cancel here. So
yeah.
Right. You do have 3 chaffs because you got an extra pair, right? So you can probably still just switch back and forth from the chaffs. And just a little word of note, because I don't have chaffs anymore, that's why I said it's not too much of a problem, but it definitely helps having the backups. I'm gonna, you always want to get this AK ammo down there. It's just so much better to have more AK ammo on normal. But especially now, I'm gonna go and I need to shoot one of the ciphers to not get stopped. They're not gonna shoot me down and have me fall. You're still gonna do the conference, but I want to be here. I want to be in the left. And then as I run down the hallway, wow. I didn't mean to copy, but I wanted to do. I wanted to shoot the cipher that's to the right with the AK, because then it would immediately go away. Then we could just go.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, if you don't do a cartwheel, and if you actually shoot, then you hit the cipher and don't get a re-alert.
Right, okay.
Yeah, feel free to follow me then. There's really not much to explain, except for we're gonna do a different position from where we're gonna take out the electric panel. And the Nikita is basically at its final destination on normal difficulty, where it will be way further down the hallway. I also don't need to be the U anymore. So I'm just gonna go and grab the Nikita and then come back up. And you can actually just follow me right now. This is really just getting down and swimming a little bit further, where we need to swim anyway to meet Vamp.
I was just a little bit further on the normal route.
It's really just further, and it's still the same path as if we were going to Vamp 1, so nothing much to explain, definitely. There are mines on our way, but there's only one mine in front of us before the Nikita, and so I would say, I mean, you can see it, right? You just need to stick more to the right, and you will never hit this one water mine. And even if you do, as long as you don't hit it with ammo, if you're just riding, hitting the mine isn't even that bad. Like, you lose a little bit of health, but it would be way worse if you were to be there with Emma and hit the mine with Emma. Because if she loses all the health, that would be way worse.
I done the back swim too quick. There we go.
Yeah, you see, you could easily swim around the mine without needing my help. So, yeah, it's just there. And from normal difficulty onwards, it will always be there now. So even if you were to do European Extreme, it's still that same distance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's only the very easy placement. The easy is like between those two, and then there's the normal one, and after normal, it doesn't change anymore. As you get out now, we gotta make a decision. You can still do the Nikita shot as you do in very easy at the box to the bottom right. If you have more than 10 stingers, that's the key thing. If you have more than 10 stingers, I have 14. I have more than 10, right? I can do a different thing. Oops, I don't want to go here. So I go just like normal, all the way down here. And instead of going, you know, to the bottom right corner, I'm going to enter this little room. In this little room, if I have 11 or more, I can use one of these stingers to take out this turret.
What is that?
I can go then to the right, hop on the box, and if not, I'm gonna go to bottom right with D-pad. Hop on. I'm gonna tap D-pad up once to turn all the way, and then I'm gonna shoot the Nikita. The second turret that's behind me will not catch up quickly enough with this Nikita, but I have to be fully turned, basically 0 degrees north. Right? If I were to need to wiggle around a little bit so I hit this vent, it would shoot it down. But if I am perfectly aligned by just tapping D-pad up and waiting like a short moment to be fully turned, shoot a Nikita once and you're good to go.
Okay, cool.
And then from here on, it's just turning right and you're inside the room. Now, hitting the president once on normal will kill him. So ideally, he runs away. You can pause buffer like this. And yeah, if he trips on normal difficulty, he doesn't die. On hard and higher, if he's just slightly too close to the electric panel, he would die. But on normal, it's thankfully not a problem yet. So
okay.
The basic point is going into that room. If you have one stinger to spare, great. Use that to take this out. And then basically just align yourself with the box. One full turn, Nikita shot, hit the electric panel. If you don't have it, you do the same thing as you do in very easy. But check out the pathing. Of course, it's way longer now. So instead of turning left, we gotta go left and way further ahead. Wait, am I talking nonsense? Give me a second. Left. Alright. Oh yeah, we do walk a little bit longer. There you go. And then we come out here. So it's slightly different. Of course, I already shot the panel, so I can just ignore it. But yeah, the path is a little bit longer down there, so that's why we want to go to the side room where the turrets are. Shoot it out with one stinger, hop on the box, and then shoot from there, because it's way easier. If we have...
Oh, okay.
And the key thing is, we need 10 stingers for Vamp 1. And if we don't want to get the backup one, because, for example, we want to do swim glitch, and we don't want to go out of our way to get backup, right? So if you have less than 10, then you need backup anyway. Then you can also just use one stinger to just shoot out the turret, and because you need to get backup anyway, it doesn't matter. But if you have exactly 10, which can happen, it would be worth it not getting the backup ammo and just do the very easy box to stand on.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Same thing after that. Just go to President and talk to him. So I'm going to run ahead and you just follow up.
Two stinger.
But what did I say? What did I say? If you have less than 10, you need backup anyway. Right? So you can do this thing. But only if you exactly have 10. Then you're like, it's not worth it. Because either you have enough so you don't need backup ammo, or you do need the backup ammo. That's basically the thing. Yeah, just go. If he's on the floor, thankfully he doesn't die. But starting on hard difficulty, I think if he's too close to the panel, he would die. That's why on the hard and extreme difficulty, we need to knock the wall so the president is definitely in the left of the corner. And then we need to fly also all the way to not distract him back again. Because the president needs to be away from the panel all the time on even higher difficulties. But in normal, it's fine. As long as you don't shoot him directly, he doesn't die. Alright, I'm also gonna go back to the elevator and take it down because it's literally the same, it's very easy, so you're not gonna miss anything.
Okie dokie.
So the thing is, you have 2 stingers, right? You use 1, so you have now 1 left. And if you get the backup, you will be at 11. That's a great thing. Even if you have just 1 stinger left, the backup box will always give you 10. And 10 are exactly the amount of stingers you need for Vamp 1 normal. So at this point, really, just if you have enough, do swim glitch if you can. If not, we're going to swim. And I'm going to do the swim with you now, because for one, swim glitch is not really worth it. I just like really high
I've
level.
not even learned it.
Exactly, see? And you only need to know one thing if you do the swim. As we can see here, the path is very much straightforward, right? But on normal, they add a few more mines. So we have this 1 mine to the left here. And as we turn around the corner, free ration, always great. And then there's these 2 here, right? You can see them like that.
Oh,
the
okay, yeah.
Top one, normally out of the way, but the bottom one is a little bit of a bother. Especially, and here's the thing, especially if you're coming back with ammo. You gotta make sure when you come back with it that you go up. You want to be a little bit higher. And even if you swim towards them, like you see, I'm relatively close. I tap my left stick a little bit up, like once or twice, to just get a little bit more height away from it. And then I do the normal to open the door. Right, and the backup stingers, of course, are when you go left, we go up 1, we go down and then right. And there's a backup stinger. 10, as I said. So even if you have like 1 left, you can still do the thing with the turret. Because this box always has 10, which is exactly enough what you need for Vamp. And then we're going to turn right and get to Vamp 1. I see you there. So, Vamp 1. If you've not done it before, now you definitely will be forced to do non-turbo lethal Vamp. And
yeah, I know the rhythm for that. I've made sure to
do
it because I knew I wanted to learn further difficulties eventually, so I thought it was better to get something like that nailed down on very easy.
Well, then, just step forward and then... I have a feeling it's a little bit faster than very easy. And trust me, I have in my PB a failure here, right? So, you can get a good time and still have to reset, and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And so, it really just comes down to getting the rhythm right. You maybe have noticed I was looking a little bit to the bottom right of his feet. Because on normal we need to give him 10 shots, he has more time to drift to the right, and that's why I already start aiming a little bit right of him to just make sure that even in the later shots I still hit him. If I start directly on him, he would drift to the right and then we don't hit him anymore. So that's why I start a little bit already away from him to his right.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just timing, practice, and then do it. Yep. There's really no magic to it compared to very easy. It's just that on very easy with turbo, if we have 12 shots, easy turbo. On easy difficulty, it's 8 or 16 with turbo, and then on normal, we don't even have enough stinger anymore. We would need 20. And we usually have never 20 unless we get backup. So, non-turbo.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Cool.
All right, give it a go. Almost.
Oh, wow. He really drifts, doesn't he?
Yes. And I think the longer it takes, the harder it is to keep the rhythm right. 6 shots, easy. 10 shots, like, it's way easier to do a mistake at the end. Nice. First try. First try. From here on out, it's just the Emma segment. I would suggest you and I were just going to run up all the way until we get back to first floor. Because really it's not different except for this one mine as we swim back. You've seen it.
Oh, okay.
Tap a little bit up and then you're good to go. Other than that, literally the same. Also, word of advice, get the AK ammo here. We do not get extra ammo at Tango 1, and so you want to grab those two, just to be safe.
Right.
Other than that, same thing. We're going to go to Emma, we're going to equip the AK, unequip it, and then we're going to drag her along. And then on first floor, there's a little bit of a change on normal compared to very easy.
Oop.
There you go. That's like the cool thing. Like in some situations, it's literally the same for all difficulties.
It's like each difficulty up. It's just like a little progression step.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why if you know very easy, that's why we also say very easy is a great learning platform, because it's not just preparing you for normal and extreme. It's also basically already what you need to know for the most part when it comes to so many aspects of the game. The whole Emma escort doesn't change too much anymore later on. Especially these first few rooms, because there are no guards, so easy. Always the same.
Right.
What's also good if you don't do swim glitch, because you don't need to open the door. Emma has also a little bit more oxygen, which is a nice little side effect. I think it's only Ryan's oxygen that drains during the door opening cutscene, but yeah. So you don't need to wait for Emma, you have your momentum all the way, so it's nice. That's why, like, I think swim glitch really is something only for very easy runners, and after that, you can rather focus on doing everything else better first before you start doing more glitches. And it's even in my very easy pro tutorial where I went through every glitch and rated them. I said swim glitch, almost the bottom of the list. Okay, you maybe, yeah, I was gonna say maybe heal up, just to be safe.
Ooh, Emma, you... Oh, okay.
Emma should be fine, yeah.
She's just gonna end up sitting down to gain her health back, isn't she?
Yeah, but you can do that now rather than later.
Yeah.
Oops, excuse me. Can you grab her? I can grab her. Yeah, have her maybe sit down in the elevator before you go up, just to be safe. Basically, until her health is after her A, I think that's enough then. You can bump into her so she immediately stands up. There you go, and now you can grab her hand and choke her. So, you're familiar with very easy. And on normal, it really is not that different. Because it's really one more guard. And that's it. So I'm going to drag her all the way through the room. Going to show you that one guard. And that'll be it. Because in the beginning, the guy is still at the corner being asleep. And he's still taking forever to open his eyes again after he had his little stretch. So just like very easy, we're going to drag him past there. Now, the bottom one, there's the one that we usually have, plus an extra one. And so I will do it slightly different. I'm not going to walk all the way in the open. I'm going to actually have Emma wait here around the corner. And as I leave her there, I equip the AK, and I'm going to walk all the way to the right so I can see both guards to make sure that I actually hit them. And that's basically it. From here on, we just drag her. The fourth guard, once again, with just the night timing and angles, you can slip past him. You can also shoot him. That's why we got the extra AK ammo, right? But only the bottom, the 2 and 3 guard, I guess. Those are the only ones that are different. The first one and the last guard are always the same. I'm just getting over here. I would suggest the ammo bump. Always useful. Don't do that on HE, don't do that on Master Collection, but on PC, of course. PC Substance. It doesn't soft lock the game, so just push her over there. So she's a little bit further out of KL. Now, here on KL, it's will be a little bit different. As I explained, there's going to be extra chests that we're going to grab, and we're not going to bother at all with shooting the Cypher Saber with AK. We can rather use the AK ammo at Tango 1. So we're going to do, after the bump, I'm going to bump her even more, and then drag her. I'm going to get the chests that are down here, in that corner. And we're going to throw the chaff precisely as we get to the now covered gap. So I get roughly here. Throw the chaff. Go back down to coolant and then nothing. And then I'll just go. Chaff takes care of the ciphers. And we will be fast enough. So the extra guard at the corner won't see us. And even if he does, we quickly kill him. The backup guards will come from where we entered the room, right? And so it doesn't matter really. Yeah. Should be it. And now we just go. And as usual, only drag her as far as the path widens. After it gets wider here. That's where we can leave her here. I'm going to quickly go to AK and unequip it. So I'm ready for the next room. And then just go. Alright, the next room is literally just like very easy. So I'm just going to drag Emma here. Go in the corner. I'll take one extra step. Shoot both guys. Come back and then get to the door. And we're going to start the sniping segment.
Cool.
Yep, just follow up. Nothing really else to explain. You want to take one step further. So, sniping. Unlike very easy, we actually gotta do some stuff. Snake is not really a help, so it's really only up to us.
I don't get to sit here for 6.5 minutes doing nothing.
No. So in the beginning, we're actually gonna grab the thermal goggles because they're actually gonna be useful to us now. We wanna re-equip the AK and then go to the side to the PSG-1. And once again, as we go in, we're gonna use the pen test once. And from the pen test, thermal goggles. The first thing we always wanna do is we wanna take care of the claymores that are on the left, that am I straight up walking into, having no clue. So immediately to the left, I'm gonna shoot the first one, the second one, third one, and then the fifth one, because that one will take out the fourth one.
Oh, cool.
Kill that guy. Just clean up a little bit. Oh yeah, ciphers take now 3 shots. And I'm gonna quickly re-equip here, take out this one. And now, there are still 2 more claymores on the opposite end. Ideally, you take them out now, but it can be that if you waste too much time now in these last ones, that on the first tower there will be already all 3 guards and alert and Emma, which they don't kill her right away. It takes a little bit of time, but getting the alert is still annoying. So in the beginning, I suggest if you feel comfortable, take care of these 2 claymores. If not, you have all the time in the world to take care of them later. So as an example now, I'm not going to do these now. And I'm just going to focus here on getting more PSG-1 ammo. The thermal goggles, unless we shoot for the claymores, right, are completely pointless in my opinion. Because we can't see enough here. But also just like very easy, we want to make sure that we're not too close to ammo. So I grab the PSG-1 ammo, I'm going to move back. And now I'm going to aim at the spot here where normally the guy comes out.
Okay, yeah.
We have normally only 4 pan tests for this. And you can finish the whole segment without needing to grab extra. The point of the whole exercise is so we don't need to menu back and forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have one runner that doesn't even use the thermal goggles. He knows exactly where he needs to shoot and just spams down there rather than menuing once to the thermal goggles. And you can totally do it. You use the first Panthers to take care of the first few claymores. The second Panthers you use for the second tower. The third Panthers you use for the for the second tower, and then the fourth Panthers is literally just for Vamp 2.
Okay.
In the beginning, though, honest to God, screw this noise. You're just the beginner. Get more Panthers and just eat it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Just make sure that you always are prepared for the first 3 guards to come out. Just like very easy. We have the top left one coming, bottom right, and now brand new. Starting on easy difficulty, there's one on the bottom left. And on normal, there will be a 4th guard, but the 4th guard will only come out as Emma is basically turning around the tower just before she vanishes behind it, right? Gotta remember, there is a 4th guy coming around. So this one, this one, this one. Now we got some time. Even the cipher will come down here, right? But we gotta remember, there will be another 4th one coming. So we have all the time in the world to do some more cleanup. And if you were to shoot the like LMGs of the ciphers, they would explode in one shot. It's normal. We don't care about ammo, so it's fine. I'm gonna wait until the fourth guy comes around. By the way, as she's closer to the tower, now we can stand on the ammo box. Now it's not a problem anymore, but especially in the beginning, before we shoot these first 3 guards, I still want to take a little bit of a distance to Emma so she doesn't fall over.
Okay.
And yeah, just wait here. And then at some point, like, I wish I could fast forward like especially for a tutorial. Like, we don't need to wait, but yeah, she's already there, so I'm gonna shoot the 4th guy soon. And yeah, in the beginning, honestly, just take the Pentas. It doesn't matter what you want to prove, right? So there we go. That's the 4th guy. There will be a few more ciphers here, and then you got a little bit of downtime, right? And during this downtime, I would suggest taking care of the other claymores. Let's take this. From the Pentas, go back to thermal scope. And now you can actually zoom in here and take your time to take these out. Now that these are done, you don't need the thermal goggles ever again, and now you can just focus on the rest.
Okay. Cool.
There's a lot more, but I'll let you follow up first. Here, basically, it's the same thing as the first tower, right? Top left first. Okay, I'm gonna... There you go. So, top left first, I basically look at the center here. Like 1, 2, 3. And then here, that's roughly where the head will be. Yeah, like that, roughly. Then bottom right, bottom left, and then the 4th guard comes around as Emma crosses the tower. There's still some time for me here, so I'm going to take care of more of these claymores, ciphers, and we're good. Also, every time when you shoot yourself down to 20 shots, another box will appear, so you can have at maximum 40 shots.
Okay.
Once again, as Emma is crossing this like 3rd pillar from the left, that's where the next guard comes out. Oh, excuse me. There you go. Top left first, bottom right, bottom left. I'm destroying kneecaps today, and then there you go. There's a cipher coming. And then you can just wait here for the 4th guard. There will be ciphers coming on the right here, but honestly, you can worry about them later. Because Emma's so slow, like, it takes forever. So I would aim down here. It's like I said, it's the same as the first tower. Top left, bottom right, bottom left, and then the 4th guy comes out the top left again later. And yeah, like what's really helpful is this position that I'm looking right now. Because normally, like roughly, that's where his head will be for the people that are coming out. And even if not, 3 shots in the chest and they're also down. So she's coming around the corner and yeah, a little bit lower, but there you go. And now that's all the guards that are coming out. Now there's only a few ciphers, like one from the right. There will be, of course, the one from very easy, and it's coming later as she's crossing that 2nd pillar on this right path. And that should be it. That's basically sniping. Okay. So I can just wait here basically, and then you can catch up. Yeah, if they fall down like this, you have to wait until they fully stand up again. So weird. There's another cipher. There. It's mine. Alright, I'm gonna wait because I'm almost at Vamp 2.
Yep.
As we meet the halfway point, that's when we load into Vamp 2. So as she crosses that 3rd pillar, where my wiggle room right is, that's when I use the last Pentas. You need at least 1. If you take more, like whatever, take more. And because I use normally the last one there, just as a backup, I'll walk back and get the other 2 Pentas here, just to have a few more, right? Because you can never know. Maybe you miss so many shots in the fight that you really screw up and you need extra Pentas. So, just a good habit to have, because it doesn't matter. And yeah, no surprise, Vamp 2, just like very easy, it's just like, normal, just shoot him. Like one magazine, he's done for. And because he used the Pantas before we even started the fight, it will be active during the fight. And yeah, you just tap left for a short moment and then turbo him down, or just do it manually.
Okay.
It's that easy. Nothing there's really. So we'll just follow up. Well,
Yeah.
close. I would not zoom in at all for this. I'd rather shoot ammo by accidentally going too far left.
Okay.
There's really no point in zooming in. Just a short tap to the left, and if you go too far left, correct to the right. That should normally put you on the aim on him. But yeah, it's usually like you still did it fast. Like it's Vamp 2. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Ideally, you do it in the first magazine, but you do have a second magazine as a backup, thankfully. So if it happens that you miss him entirely with one mag, you still have a second one to correct. So that should be fine. Yeah, we're getting actually very quickly towards the end game, and that's quite good because I'm also my voice slowly goes down, but I think we can make it in one go tonight. We can make it towards the end. So I'm just gonna go now. And there's the reason why we need yet another chaff now. This is the final chaff that we need. I'm gonna go, and instead of, as we usually do in very easy, we're not gonna do a menu towards the AK. I'm gonna do a cartwheel, and then just tap R2 to go to the PSG1. And then I'm gonna hold the menu open to go to the chaff. And then the first thing we do as we enter the bridge, throw the chaff. Why? Well, very simple. Because the panels stay knocked out after Ames. Even if we get an alert like that, that's fine, right? But now we actually have to worry about the knocked out panels. Right? And then cartwheel, and you see like, oh god, I'm too close. Like that's a problem really. So that's why knocking out these panels well in quotation marks matters. Because it can actually screw you over on the second time around. And for example, my setup wasn't even that good as we've seen, so I probably should have not done the cartwheel down the stairs. Because then, as I did this cartwheel down the stairs, it threw me up a little bit because I was already too far ahead. But yeah, normally if you do it like I explained, like in the really good run, a little bit later, as you turn around the corner going from left to right, you know, as you leave shell 1, if you wait a little bit, you only knock out 2 panels, and then it's very easy. Because then they're very far apart from each other, and there's only 2 gaps that you need to cartwheel over. I have a few more.
Okay.
And yeah, technically you can wait a short moment to not get an alert, but it really doesn't matter. And you see me, I actually swung around to have a little bit more of a distance to these gaps, and now I can make it over.
Okay.
And that's like the really only problem. After that, you can do a cartwheel here if you want. And we're gonna go and do this exact same thing as until we go to Jejunum. So
okay.
just follow after me. There you go.
It's been a while.
And then the first thing when you enter the bridge, throw the chaff.
The Ripper.
You know this fellow?
And good luck, you were good with your panels.
Remember me, don't you? You've grown.
Does look fine though.
High concentration of cerebral implants.
Nicely done. I only seen the end because it froze again for me, but yeah, good. And yeah, like there's now everything the same until we leave our torture device, so just follow. Nothing else.
Okie dokie.
Olga, you can't keep this up. They're bound to find you.
Listen, I'll free you in a little while. Brace yourself.
Right, so. Go here, call Rose. All right. Like very easy, it's very similar. There's a few key differences in how we can approach this one. I'm going to show you 2 methods, the risky one and the easy one. We're going to start, of course, with the easy one. And it's only really different in the aspect of there's a few more cameras that we need to worry about. But yeah, as always, open first frame by opening the codec. Copy it over here, copy it over there. Answer the codec as you turn around the corner. And now, easy methods go all the way to the left. And coming up here... a little too far, but yeah, there's a camera. So on very easy, that's not a thing there, but we can just walk around like this and not get seen. Normally. Of course, every time I explain something and do it, then it doesn't work. There you go. And now you can make your way across the gap. And you can get another light later, because there's another guard here and another camera here, but honestly, just punch it once and then go. Like that will be fine. The riskier version is just the same as we do very easy. Nothing changes really, except that you get shot at the end. So imagine there would be a codec here. Will be fine, and then we just do a copy here, and then instead of knocking him out, he will come back up and give us almost immediately an alert.
I have him.
But just like very easy, you basically go all the way to the end.
Okay.
And then there will be one guard in front of the door. Dealing with that one, under alert, quite easy. Get shot, shot again, and then just walk for him. Yeah, just use your iframes. That's it really.
Yeah, fair enough.
And yeah, we're gonna go through the sequence here, literally the same again, until we start Tango 1. Though I will show you one menu just before, so after you swap, you can quickly pause, and I'm gonna explain the menu setup.
Yeah.
My god. I heard your codec call and I pressed select. Dang it, it's not for me. There we go. Alright, so as we prepare for Tengu, unlike very easy, we actually gotta worry about two things: our health and that we don't get stopped. So I always go up to the top, and the first thing I do is gonna equip the ration, D-pad down 1, and from the ration I go to the box. So down, 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 down 4 times, and go back to the ration. Those are the two menus I do even before I load into Tengu. And then for Tengu, the weapons are still the same. You start with the SOCOM, we do a copy forward, and then switch to the AK. But we're not going to shoot most of them. For Tengu 1, we mostly stay in the box first, and then in the second half of Tengu 1, we're actually going to start shooting them with the AK. Reason being, we don't get our AK refilled, unlike we do in Very Easy, where we start with 300 bullets. So all the AK ammo that we collected during the plant, that's what we have now for Tengu 1. Alright.
Okay.
And that's all we need to do. Alright, so I'm gonna wait now. Alright, so as I explained, in the beginning of Tango 1, I always do a cartwheel forward and then go from the SOCOM to the AK. However, we're not gonna use it, as I explained. In the beginning, I literally just walk forward with the box. And we're gonna get shot a lot. Then these guys come in. And then sometimes they steal my box. And you guys just go back to the ration, right? You want to be on ration now. And then after the second group of guards, I'm going to start shooting everyone. We want to make sure to shoot the 2 guys here. And new on normal is that there will be a 3rd guy coming down that would prevent us from going through the door. So I'm going to wait for 1 second, kill this one, and then I can do the trick.
Oh, okay.
Alternatively, if you don't want to bother yourself with that, you can do Prozac Skip there as well. It just depends if you even have a throwable item at that point. And yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It can be easier. You know, punch kick usually still works out. And as you've seen, just making sure these last 2 guards on the right and the 3rd guy on the left, if those are gone. You have more than enough time to quickly lean against the door, do the punch kick, and then first, maybe second try you should get for the door. That's really the only difference.
Yeah, okay,
for the most part, you are in the box and bulk up, and then the second half you start shooting them with the AK because they don't have that much ammo. But that's really it.
Right. Okie dokie.
Mm-hmm.
Take the item.
Very nice. Yeah, maybe you want to start shooting now.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Using the MGS1 menu.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you gotta take care of these and now go to the door. Because the third guy was already there. Oh, gotta kill this one. Wow. Do it now, do it now. There you go. Right. I mean, the principle is the same. It's very easy. You just change a little bit your way until you go to the door. Right. And now we get to the interesting part, the so-called 𝐸𝐿 skip. I want to explain it before we even started, because the beginning is a little bit hectic. We want to aim down right, because we want to immediately shoot Snake with the M9 straight to his heart. So he gets fully knocked out and stays on the floor for the entire time. So a little bit tricky,
Okay.
but you get the hang of it after 1 or 2 attempts. And then after that, we're going to walk to the bottom and, of course, use the 𝐸𝐿 spray to just spray left and right and get all the tangos sprayed for 1 minute and 10 seconds of IGT. And that's why if you don't have live split running and there is a newer auto splitter version, a segment where you can only see from the actual start of Tango 2 until the end. So you know in the segment timer how much time you spent doing this fight. If not, you can quickly pause after you shot Snake, take a look at the IGT, of course, in the top right corner, and then add 1 minute 10 seconds, and then you know, okay, I got to spray them until I'm at, for example, now I would be at 1 hour 11 minutes 47. And at the end, you gotta just unequip 𝐸𝐿 and kick at least 2 of the tangos so they fall over, and that should end the fight. I'm gonna do it now so you can see it in action, then you can basically try it yourself. In the beginning, just one thing. Cool. Menus, of course, from SOCOM back to M9, M9 𝐸𝐿, back to M9, and then we start the fight. And as I said, I hold already L1 and down right during the cutscene. I'm gonna skip it and then get ready to quickly shoot Snake. Because it's really quickly that we turn around and shoot him.
Okay.
And then we just go down here. We're gonna roughly wait on this white line. I'm gonna go and 𝐸𝐿 spray, and let's see, the time is roughly 1:10:57. I'm gonna add a little bit more to be safe, so I'm gonna go until 1:12. Yeah, 1:12:07 roughly. And what's important is, I think you wanna let the tangos come a little bit closer in the beginning. So because we have the rations still on normally, you can take 1 slash from them. Right, I'm just gonna go left and right. You don't wanna spray all the time. You wanna basically spray and let go. Alternatively, you can spray with turbo on. So if you have turbo on, you can spray the entire time.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But because I use this also in console, and I normally don't have turbo on console, I just do spray, let go, spray, let go. And yeah, you gotta do this for 1 minute and 10 since the timer started as the fight began. You will also see that they will slowly back up from you a little bit. That's why it's important that they get close to you initially, because they will, over the course of this minute, slowly walk back.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just holding them there and spraying them over and over again. I have 10 seconds more to go, or a little bit more. You can rather do it too long rather than too short. 1 minute 10 is just the benchmark. Alright, and now I'm gonna unequip and then punch kick these 3. And then luckily when the alert just goes down, if it just moves slightly down, that's when we know it worked. If it doesn't even begin to go down, we screwed up and we gotta go back.
The S3 data from GW.
Okay.
And I gotta quickly go on because I cannot pause in a segment here, so I'm gonna quickly heal. If I'm out of rations, I can go to the center of the room, right, and look first person. There would be at least 2 rations coming in. So we have at least for the normal fight 2 rations and full health, because that always spawns back.
It's a development program.
And of course I'm gonna prepare here, Stinger on a previous. If I'm not having full, but because we don't use the Stinger actually at Tengu, we should have 40 out of 40, and that's the beginning of the fight. So, at the beginning of the fight, what I always like to do is, you gotta close the gap. Unlike very easy, where we start immediately where we stand. As soon as we hit easy and higher difficulties, we want to be initially close to them. So I'm gonna restart. I'm gonna do one cartwheel forward, and you can see the little line that's in front of me. That's where I want to stand in the beginning. I'm gonna tap R2 to go to Stinger, and we're gonna do a little bit of a setup loop. So we're gonna shoot the center one in the knee in the mouth, the right one, knee in the mouth, and you guessed it, the left one, knee in the mouth. We gotta do this 2 times. So we hit all of we hit them like 6 times, and then the 3rd time around we're gonna hit the first one in the mouth and the second one in the mouth, and then the actual loop slowly begins. But the setup in the beginning is relatively easy. Just copy forward to this line, and then knee, mouth, knee, mouth. I can actually turbo this. Knee, mouth, knee, mouth, knee, mouth. Last one, knee, mouth. First one, mouth. Second one, mouth. And send it off before even you can lock onto him. Just send it off early. And then after the right one starts to get shot in the head, we're gonna now unequip and go back. And we have to do a cartwheel so we don't get knocked down from the center ray jumping on stage. We're gonna do another cartwheel. And I usually always drift to the bottom right. You can also do directly to the bottom, but I always drift bottom right. Because for some reason he doesn't use his water attack against us, he just stomps.
Right.
And here's the first thing where it gets tricky. The left ray will either use his rockets or he doesn't. The cool thing is it doesn't need to bother us, because even if he uses his rockets, they take a long time to reach us. So what I always do is I go and, as I did the second cartwheel, knee, mouth, and just walk away. Because as I walk away, if he does rockets or not, I walk away and they don't hit me anymore. Right?
Okay, yeah.
And then we got the first ray done. He's going to leave the stage, and we're going to focus now on the right one, which we hit basically last. He's going to need another knee and head. And we're going to wait until he's like all the way to the right, so he like turns towards us. And that's the first 2 rays done. I would suggest you follow up until here first. Take your time, because we have to play by the rules of the race a little bit in this fight. Like, they decide when we do what, because we want to play along, so they leave us alone. That's the whole rule of the race, starting on easy difficulty. On easy, we do 5 health bars. On normal, we do 7. But especially at the beginning, it's always the same. So the thing is, because you killed these a little bit earlier, we have less time now for the next ray that we need to focus on. That's why I said, like, I gotta play that part, right? I'm just gonna restart quickly, and then I'm gonna continue after that what we do next. So once again, forward. As I said, you look here, knee, and I'm still aiming at the knee because the head will come where the knee is. I'm just gonna go slightly higher as the knee, right?
Oh, okay.
Makes it a little bit easier, because if you try to follow off that head and then it happens that you miss them, you're just panicking, and who needs panic if you have full control over the fight ideally, right?
Yeah.
So I'm walking, I'm doing now my cartwheel, second cartwheel, knee, head. I got all the time in the world. I also need to mention, like, we want to be at this corner here, not all the way to the right where the line basically goes through, but the one before where it's like a little gap in this corner. You see what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Hard to explain, but that's where the ammo will come up. So I want to be standing roughly here, maybe here. That's where extra ammo comes in, and we're gonna wait here until we get at least 1 extra box. So we're gonna position ourselves here. I'm gonna turn to the right, and as I said, take it easy. Knee, head, he's done. And in that time, the 3rd guy comes on stage.
Okay.
And what we want to do is we want to delay even. As I said, the timing is a little bit of the essence here. Wait for him, shoot the knee. Wait. Now we shoot the mouth. And we just got the extra sting armor. You can see it at the bottom of the screen as well. But it's good to know. And it will always come in. If we hit 20 stingers left, there will be another box coming in, so we get 10 extra. Always good to know. If you're thinking, where's the next ammo box? As soon as we hit 20 left, we get another box. So we just shot this one, knee and mouth. We're gonna do this again. We're gonna wait for him until the iframes open up. Another knee, and we're gonna wait, and then shoot it in the mouth. Why? We see the number 4 coming in now. He just jumped close, and only then, when the left one goes off the stage, that's when we want to start changing our focus over to him. So now it's the same thing again. Knee, mouth. Number 5 is here. Great. Knee, mouth. And that's why we needed to play the timing. Because if the first and second one leave like way too early, we are still focused on the third one, and number 4 and 5 are already there. That's what all of this is about. So we slow down a little bit, so we have more time later. Now, number 4 and 5 here are very easy to handle in the beginning. We want to shoot them 2 times each, knee and mouth, and then the left one will start jumping on stage. And then we have number 6 coming in. So I'm just gonna, once again, knee, mouth, second one also, knee, mouth, and we're gonna go down once again. We stay on this position until we get the next box. We got 2 times extra ammo now during this fight. We just stood on one position. And only now, after we got the next box of Stinger, now we're going to move to our next position. Next position is a little bit forward, where this outer line is with the little dot. See, hopefully you can see this. There's a little dot.
Yeah.
And that's a safe position, because it's so close that the race will start walking away, but they will take a little bit of time. And we are also close enough so they don't ideally use rockets, but instead want to use their water guns against us. At the same time, when the knee race jumps on stage, this position will also prevent us from being knocked over, because we're far enough away from them. It's like the great sweet spot, and that's why this spot on the ground is so important to us. So as we are here, number 4 jumped on stage. Ideally, he has just like 2 shots left. And now the critical one will be number 6. Yes, as we are here, we're going to shoot this one in the knee and in the mouth. Focus on number 5, knee and mouth. And now, see, already messed up here. This one needs its attention. Like number 6 needs our attention. If we don't delay him, he will run off, and then we'll mess everything up that we have. Number 4 and 5 are only 1 shot. We technically can even shoot against the head with mouth closed, and they would still go down. So all the focus after this is number 6. And apparently I got shot away from rockets, so classic case of needing to focus on head. And you see already number 5 running off like this.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a panic mode, but you can technically still loop them here. Just gonna go closer. Idea. Number 6 is on stage, and number 7. And ironically, we're not gonna kill 7. We're gonna focus on 7 and 8 to have in total sum done 7 health bars worth of damage. Let me quickly make sure that I have the boss practice mode on. Oh yeah. Now, number 6 is on stage, number 7 gets damaged here, number 8 is coming in. He's gonna take a sweet time. Now we can hit number 8. Number 7 is gonna set off his rockets, but it will be fine. We have time a little to walk away. And we are just 1 big, damage, 1 mouth shot away from ending the fight. So it doesn't matter that the one jumps on stage. We have number 8 now to give him a mouth shot, and that's the end of the fight.
Okay.
It gets complex. It gets, especially the longer the fight takes, the harder it is to keep the loop up. That's why European Extreme with 25 race is insane. After a while, it gets crazy. And thankfully, on normal, like after 7 health bars, we're done. Right? So even if the fight runs away from you, we lose a little bit of control at the end. As we've seen, you can still be relatively fine. But yeah, it goes basically in 3 phases with these rays. The first phase is where we just give all 3 of these 2 times a knee and headshot. Then we got this little, intermediate phase where we got to take care of the center one and the right one. And then the moment the left one jumps on stage, that's where we have this loop of reoccurring new race coming in, the old one needing to be taken care of, and then we're just going to have the new ones being cycled over and over. It looks fine now. I don't understand, but this could be Discord. Just going to ignore it now, I guess. There you go. Ooh, that was close. Before you turn around, correct your stance. You're a little bit far away. There you go. And off. No delay. And no delay again. Shoot now. There you go. Okay, remember now, move. Okay. It's fine. Focus on number 6. Wait. Now, there you go. What the?
Did it?
He's too close, I think. Continue.
Close, yeah.
Continue the fight. Continue the fight and see what happens. Get away. Wait, it's fine. You got only number 6 to worry about, and number 7 and 8 you just do with the rest of them that you have. It's fine. Turn right. There's extra coming up. Okay, you got time. Shoot that one. Back to the main one. On this one, and then the final one, just knee mouth. Forget the center one. Doesn't matter. That's the fight. One more headshot, I guess. That's the fight. Alright, hey! Not perfect, but you did it. Like, see, this is what I mean. After this one headshot on number 6, it can go a little bit away from you, but you still have enough control that you can finish it without much time loss, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah. It's just getting those that first key patterns down just right.
Exactly. Alright. I think you understood the basics. From here on out, it's literally just sitting down, doing practice over and over again. Let us both continue after this fight, and let's go to Solidus so we can find an end.
Yep.
Seemingly, at least, the fact that we have it working is good.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
There. And yeah, the use of turbo to get stingers out quickly, I think that's also another key part where just get used to that and you will see that it also helps you speeding up some of these cycles.
Yeah, definitely.
What are you doing, son?
No, not the head. I'm just going to go roll the punches now.
Yeah, should be fine. I messed up a little bit in the ending as well, but it will be fine. It will be fine.
GW.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, torture, you know the drill.
I admit
Yeah.
Just accept that turbo's better and hold down triangle.
Yeah, like purists out there, they can keep hating.
Squeeze
Yep.
that dead, my son.
I'm in my mid-30s. I can't be dealing with carpal tunnel trying to mash stuff.
I'd rather not, yeah. Let's not do that. Body already aches as much as it does, so let's not make it worse.
Yeah, I think my body feels like it's lived twice the life it has.
Fair enough.
The answers from.
Alright. Yeah, Solidus on the other hand will be handled quite easily because it's very similar to very easy, what we need to worry about. But yeah, Harrier is one big thing, and the new aspect of race needing to be looped, that is the second big thing.
Yeah, I think they're the two for me to practice the majority of. The route in, like the slight differences, you know, taking like Strut D, for example, a little bit different.
Exactly.
I don't feel I would really need to practice. It's just knowing what to do on the run.
Yeah. Going through the motions to see what happens.
Yeah.
Speaking of motions, so the motion that we need to do here, as I said, it's like very similar to very easy. So in the beginning, we're going to hold left and giving one tap of circle. One tap, and then slashing twice. And the only thing that's different to very easy is we need to block him once to have him open.
Okay.
That's the opening. After that, exactly like very easy. 1, 2, 3. And always hold towards him when slashing him. What? No, he doesn't do his missile phase. Was that too close? 1, 2, 3. Let's see the distance. Maybe I needed to be close, farther away. There, that's what I'm talking about.
Millimeters.
It must have been millimeters, but yeah. You see what I mean. Just do what you do on very easy. There is a faster method where we loop in and around, but I think for beginners, no point in doing that. Focus on other fights.
Yeah.
If he blocks you like that, just wait for his counterattack. Block with L1. That's maybe the only thing you need to get used to. Like if he does that, wait, block, and then attack.
Okay.
That's it, really. And then at some point... There you go, I just need one slash to go to phase 2. The beginning is the key part about it, right? Hold left, one tap, 1, 2, and now block. And then we can begin the very easy. Just go far enough away. I don't understand. But normally he would immediately go to his missile phase, but I guess I just gotta do it again. Yeah, I don't know anymore. It is what it is. A bit strange.
Just Metal Gear Solid things.
Yeah, exactly. And then the good thing about phase 2 is it's literally the same as very easy. It just takes a little bit longer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just block his attack. If he blocks you, wait for his counterattack, block him, and then you attack him again. It's a little bit back and forth, but for the most part, you know. As you see, he blocks me, I block him, and then I attack him. That's the basic of it.
Okay.
And yeah, we're just gonna go phase 2 quickly. Same idea behind that. Like starting on easy difficulty is like, oh, I'm gonna block you, and that's where easy and normal and so on can be fast if you do the loop. You just tap in twice, he blocks you twice. Not for the most part, like you can do it still like very easy and still get a good time. Bam, 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 and slash, 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 slash. You see, it just takes twice as long, I guess, on normal.
Yeah, so it's the same techniques, just a larger health pool.
Yeah, and sometimes he's just like, I'm gonna block you. So we're like, alright, counterattack, and then we do this. And that's the fight. I'm not gonna reset over this, so yeah.
Yeah,
on the principle, relatively the same.
It's not as nuanced as like the Rays or the Harrier differences.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And like even Fatman, like having Claymore in, and
you gotta chase after him a lot more.
Chasing him a bit more, yeah.
That's true. Right, yeah, give it a go. And I'll see if I can give any more tips. Yeah, always restart in the beginning because you want to first frame try to tap him and then block. And now you can start attacking him. Yeah, you can block this and then attack him. and now he should start doing his missile phases. Eh. You see, that's why I'm already too far ahead. I'm only doing the loop already, so I don't understand right now why he doesn't do this thing. Once again, suggestion is to check out the 𝐷𝐚𝐮 13 tutorial for this, because he also does it like that with the very easy method. But yeah, I mean, the basic after that is still the same. And I think it's one more slash and then it's phase 2. Yep, there we go. It just comes out that way that he doesn't fall over and you do not have enough time to get away from him, so he always does his long dash.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't manipulate the short dash.
Nope, not really. Yep, there you go. From then on, it's basically the same. It just takes a bit longer.
I like it when he does the elbow. More elbows, please.
Yep, yep, yep. And then one more. And that's it. Yep, that's Solidus.
Lovely job.
Yeah, yeah. Quite nice that he's so quickly done.
But yeah, do you know, from that, like, this is probably the easiest way for me to learn. Is like, there's some things that I can do from watching a video or,
yeah,
you know, reading it from a document. But for something like this, I feel like I need a bit more of a hands-on. Just like if someone said, well, with Rays, just hold on 6's head before switching to 4 on the stage.
It's great when you can give light feedback instead of like, oh, I recorded something, can somebody check it out? You gotta wait for a few hours and somebody answers and then you gotta try the suggestion. If you do it live, it's so much faster to do this, so yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and like, I think just the session that we had when we done very easy with that, within 2 runs, I took 5 minutes off my time from that point,
Nice.
and then after that, I took an additional 5 minutes, so I'm sub 105s now.
Yeah, awesome.
Which,
there's not much else left anymore. Yeah, very good.
yeah, it's now just cleaning up a lot of movement.
Yeah, exactly.
Making fights cleaner and stuff like that. But yeah, it's to have got my time down that drastically, that quickly. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's always great. And man, we've been going for like 5 hours. But we did it in one setting, so tomorrow I might take the evening off and just chill. I definitely will edit this out because I think it's still a good learning basis. Not too much different, again, to 𝐷𝐚𝐮 13's original normal tutorial. The only thing that's missing in that one is I think he still does clockwise, not counterclockwise, I'm not sure anymore. And of course he doesn't have Prozac Skip, but for the most part, you know, you can get everything from there as well. But it's always great when you have like live feedback, because in this live feedback, as we already said, like there's sometimes questions or like little mistakes that happen, like, oh, you're gonna shoot this one rocket just earlier to meet the timing, and then you have it way easier later down the road. So yeah, it's always worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think when I first started trying to learn the ladder glitch, I think I referenced by the end 5 or 6 different tutorials on how to do it. Because there'll be one tutorial, but then I've got a question another tutorial might have addressed, and then it just kind of snowballed from that, where I was just watching lots of them.
I see.
Yeah, just the instant feedback is the most invaluable part.
It definitely helps, especially in the beginning, to like very quickly correct these like big mistakes, and then you can look more into the details of the smaller fine print, for sure.
But yeah, I feel like I can, with just today's session, I could put down a respectable time on normal now.
I'm sure, yeah. Especially like the more, for example, with Rays, right? If you're just starting it and then I'm gonna give it one try. Well, I'm just gonna try to stumble through it. Now you have like already much more practice right away in the beginning, and I'm pretty sure it only will come down to this number 6 ray. But up to that point, I think you're already very much settled, and you're probably way further than anyone else that started to run normal. And that is a big time save already. Just focusing on the early parts and then just bringing it to the end after that.
Yeah.
For example.
And just, I think, like, to be fair, I've put quite a bit of hours on very easy in the short time that I've been running. So it's, I think just going from very easy to normal is definitely a bit more advantageous than just trying to learn normal.
Yeah, and the great thing is, as I said, with normal, you also know how to do easy now. It's just a little bit step down from normal.
Yeah. Means more runs for the board.
Exactly. Yep. And like easy is such a fun thing because it's a little bit shorter. It's great for races. Just to be like, we're gonna throw a few runs on the board, and we do it during races. So we have like, both a new run on the board and also a little bit of fun in, free friendly races where it doesn't matter too much. Like, oh, I didn't play my best, but who cares? It's easy, right? It's another nice aspect to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of nice aspects, I'm also getting tired, so I'm not going to wait, of course, for the credits to do out, because I'm actually looking forward to your next run where you go from start to finish on normal. Looking forward to see that, and until then, I'm going to wish everyone a great evening. Thanks for sitting down with me today. We're going to rate Twilight Realm. He's going to do Metal Gear Solid 1 speedruns today. And of course, I wish you lots of luck and go check it out. Thanks everyone for watching, and good evening. Bye-bye.